Foo Fighters, Best of You on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington. All right. Carl's had a bad week. I'm going to say it straight away. He tries to rule out stress in his life, but he's had a bit too much stress this week, haven't you? One, a phone call from his mum, stressed him a little bit.
Right.
Something he said in a magazine about his auntie. Came back to haunt him.
Auntie Nora?
Auntie Nora, yeah.
Don't name her.
No.
Oh, she knows who she is.
No. Okay, we won't name her, right? We just say it's the one who farted for 5 minutes, and as he saw a skirt when he was young, and I found it like a split tennis ball.
So it could be any of me aunties.
We're that coming up, and also a bloke in Times Online, Chris Campling, did a review of the show,
right,
and basically said that Karl Pilkington is a creation of Gervais and Merchant.
Well, if only that were the case.
He said he started off saying he liked the show. He was excited. Said it was a good show. A lot of the jokes.
I'm already questioning his critical faculties.
Yeah, exactly. And basically said that we didn't contribute much, or seemingly didn't seem to contribute much, and we couldn't sort of like ad lib or anything. We just laughed at, particularly me, laughed at Karl Pilkington, who was coming up with some, quite funny stuff. Right? But then he does a twist on it. He goes, but the thing is, we're the puppet masters. He's a created person. We've created the persona Karl Pilkington for our own amusement.
Right.
He bases this on simply that we talked about... What was it we talked about? The Chinese not aging well, and he heard him talk about that on my DVD. But clearly I say, Karl, remember when you were talking about that? It's a news, or remember in the week, and so he thinks it's all scripted now. Imagine if this show was scripted.
I'd be ashamed.
Yeah.
If this show was scripted, I would send back the BAFTAs for the actual shows we've written, and I would say...
I'm having a go at Chris Campling. He's nice about our other work. He likes The Office, and he likes my stand-up and everything, and he likes the show, but he's saying... Because we're not spontaneous, we scripted this and invented Karl. So he's like, we've invented another Gareth.
If we had created Karl, I would not have squandered a character that good on this poxy radio station.
Absolutely. Also, does he know that we spend about 3 months on half an hour script? So how long does 2 hours of drivel? But the main thing is, as if this could be scripted, it's dreadful.
It's shocking.
Or maybe this is scripted.
Hang on, you've lost me there. Let me just check the script.
Maybe Chris Campling does not exist. Maybe I've made him up.
I don't know what to believe.
See, the name doesn't wash with me.
What was his name?
Chris Campling.
Sounds odd.
That's something that I made up, isn't it?
Campling's almost like a joke. It's almost like a gay name, isn't it? Oh, he's a Campling.
So I think this is scripted.
Yeah.
I think I've probably made this whole link up, and Karl is a creation. Campling, that's not a real name. No. I made it up. I should have come up with something better.
Yeah.
Sorry. Down to the River by Bruce Springsteen on XFM 104.9. So, that little fella in the Times thought Karl was just a puppet. We created him. He's an actor. What's his actor's name? Brent Hogwell. We got him from Spotlight. Brent Hogwell.
This stupid, dopey Mancunian accent, he just puts that on every week.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, he speaks rather like Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
And we just got this whole world around him. We set a whole... What do you think about that?
He had his head shaved, especially.
Exactly, yeah.
So, would he think that, maybe if he's looked online and seen me head, and he's noticed how round it is and that, does he think it's sort of been... morphed into that shape just for the show, just for 2 hours on a Saturday?
Yeah. You spend 5 hours in prosthetic makeup like John Hurt in The Elephant Man.
Everything about him was made up.
Yeah.
We created him, because I remember coming up with Auntie Nora.
Oh, yeah.
You said, Rick, we need another character. I said, what about giving him an Auntie Nora?
Doesn't sound convincing, I said.
Yeah, and you said, what is it about? I said, well, I don't know, she farted for 5 minutes and she's got a fanny like a split tennis ball.
No one's going to believe that.
Yeah. Oh, that brings us neatly... Well, let's put that to bed now. So, Chris Campling, honestly, we do not script this shambles of a show, and Karl Pilkington really is like this. If you want, you can meet him. I'd love to send Karl for a drink with Chris Campling. Can we do that? And then he'll eat his words. Chris, if you're listening, honestly, this isn't a stitch-up. As I say, I'm not having a go at you. It's a very well-written article. It's very, very fair.
You're just complimenting him on his grammar.
Yeah.
It's a very well-written article.
No, I'm saying we're not having a go.
You've typed that beautifully.
It's not like he slagged us off. I would just love him to meet Karl Pilkington. People in the street come up to me and say, is Karl like that? And I so want them to meet him.
Yeah.
Or maybe he can send in, if he's online, he can send send in 5 subjects for Karl to talk about that we couldn't possibly know about, just so he knows that we just really do throw things at Karl, and that drivel comes out. Imagine if it was scripted. But anyway, so Chris Campling, or anyone who knows Chris online, get him to email us and with 5 subjects that Karl can talk about. That's a good idea, isn't it, Karl?
It is like I'm the Elephant Man the way I'm being treated now. Just sort of like...
I scripted that. I wrote that joke last night.
Are you sure?
Or was it yours?
I don't know.
Karl enters and says, I'm like the Elephant Man.
Hang on, let me just check the credits on the script.
I'll tell you what though, Steve, that I found out about the Elephant Man when I was talking to Ricky.
What?
You know, the only bit that was normal on him.
Oh yeah, no, it was in the film. You know that bit in the film? I was watching it one day, it was on, and I said, look, your favourite film's on. And it came to the bit where he was being exhibited, and he was naked behind the screen to all the doctors. Go on, what did you say? And there's a bit where he goes, and strangely, the only thing that is normal are his genitals. They're untouched by this disease. They are totally normal. Right, what did you say?
It's a bit annoying, isn't it? It's like the only bit that you'd want as an elephant.
The only bit you'd want that was like an elephant.
Yeah, no, yeah. I can see.
And he said, and he got the head. So other stressful things.
But so anyway, what's the Auntie Nora thing? Sorry, Auntie X.
Auntie X.
What did she? Yeah. Why is she upset?
Well, he mentioned her in Zoo. He did this thing for Zoo magazine, and he mentioned about when he looked up her dress. She had
by accident. Remember?
You were going around looking up your elderly relatives' dresses in case they weren't wearing...
For people who've not heard Karl talk about this in the past, just explain quickly again what we're talking about.
Right.
He didn't want to talk about it at all.
When I was a kid, right, Auntie Nora used to come round. My auntie used to come round.
As if there's any ambiguity now. Yeah.
My auntie used to come round and stay, right? And I'm sat on the floor watching the telly, right? She sat on the sofa with a caftan on. I turn round, right, and it was there.
It was looking
at me, right. And we've mentioned this, and Ricky sort of said, "What did it look like?" And you know, a split tennis ball came to mind. That's what we talked about, right? So anyway, Zoo magazine, when they did the interview,
she's the one that used to put a valance on everything, isn't it?
Well, not everything, obviously. So anyway, so I've done this.
So you did an interview in Zoo?
Yeah, and like they said, you know, it was like, you know, do you plan stuff and do you worry about stuff when, after you've done the show, you're worried you've upset anyone? And, you know, I was saying, really, I forget people are listening. And, you know, we're just having a chat with mates and that. I said, but now and again, I do worry, when I'm on my way home from the show and that, and I'm thinking about what we've talked about. And I was saying, you know, the Auntie Nora incident.
Yeah. Incident?
You know,
like Watergate?
Yeah.
And anyway, so this was in there, right? And I was saying in the magazine, you know, but I think I got away with it. She doesn't listen to the show, but, you know, and I don't think she reads Zoo magazine, so...
She's more of a nuts woman. Sure, yeah.
So, anyway, so my mum calls up the other week, right? And she goes, wish you wouldn't, you know, talk about Auntie Nora and that. And I was like, oh, so how do you know about that? She goes, well, one of your cousins have called us up and said they've read the article about it. So yeah, that's why we don't want to talk about it, really.
So he stitched you up.
Oh. So do you know what Auntie X is made of this? Do you know if she was upset or not?
Well, she doesn't know about it.
Because, I mean, maybe she's always thought it looked like a split tennis ball. Maybe you're just in sync, you know, because you're relatives and stuff. Maybe she knew instantly. Even if you hadn't named her, she'd have thought, hang on, I farted for 5 minutes once.
Yeah, that's not going to be ambiguous,
is it? Be me.
If you hear like someone who farted for 5 minutes and's got found like a split tennis ball, you're going to go, I wonder if he means me. Yeah. You're going to remember that.
Auntie Jackie. It could be Auntie Jackie.
Oh, God. And he got in trouble, you know, last week when he was going to the wedding.
Let's talk about that in a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Cure?
I love it. In Between Days, XFM 104.9 with Gervais, Steve Rush and Karl Pilkington. The Cure, In Between Days on XFM. So, Karl, you were going to a wedding last week. Was it last week or the week before?
No, it was last Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he said, looking forward to it. He went, no, it's going to be boring. Suzanne was listening, knows that the couple were taping the show, So she had to get in there before you, didn't she? She went up to him and said, look, when you're listening back to the show and he says it's going to be boring, he didn't mean you, he meant weddings in general. I love the fact she has to run around and clean up after him. It's great, isn't it? How was it?
Do you not like weddings? You're not a fan of them?
They're only good for the people involved, aren't they?
What are you talking about? You're getting free food, free booze, free music?
Yeah, but it's not. It's just all hanging about, and there's loads of people there you don't know.
Absolutely, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to make an effort. And,
yeah.
And even the bit that was important, right, when they were getting married, right, there wasn't enough chairs because it was, you know, all the family gets the chairs, don't they? So I was sort of stood at the back. Stood at the back and that watching, and I couldn't hear what was going on because a woman was breastfeeding the baby.
Oh! But what how loud was this baby going away? You couldn't hear what was going on?
So it was slurping and that, and she was like, I just thought, how hungry is it?
Could it not have waited? Because you've all got to wait for the buffet or whatever later.
I know.
But also just in this.
Well, there was two, wasn't there? Why didn't you always...
The only thing that annoys me with weddings is the gift. It's the gift thing. Because, like, you buy these gifts, right? You spend a little bit of money, maybe. You know, I like to be a little bit lavish if I go into a wedding.
Oh.
Well, no, come on. You get a gift, right? You package
You're
it
having
up.
a laugh.
And I don't know about you, Rick, but I like to see the response. When I give a gift to someone, I want to see the feedback from that. You know, this is very much...
I want to see what it is that's Jane bought them on you know, and put my name to it, yeah. Because sometimes I have to, thanks for the... I go, oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah.
But, you know, certainly, I mean, we talked about it before, but certainly, you know, it's the amount of money spent and the amount of time given to the gift should be correlated by the amount of the response you get.
Absolutely.
If I give a book token, a shrug is fine. But if I give, you know, anything sizable, I want them to be showing it to friends. If it's a bar, I want them to show it to the barman, other people, strangers.
Look what Steve Merchant got me. Yeah. He's the greatest man in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You go to a wedding, you turn up with a gift, you could have spent, you know, upwards of £15 on it. You turn up, you walk in, you say, excuse me, where's the bride and groom? I want to give them this gift. And some bloke, normally the brother-in-law, says, oh, no,
the brother-in-law's mate.
Yeah, sorry, they're too busy to see you right now. Just stick the gift on this big table with all the other ones.
Yeah.
And they'll get back to you...
in a week.
It may be 6 to 8 weeks after the honeymoon. They maybe write you a note. They won't thank you personally, they'll write you a note.
It'll be a general thank you.
It's a general thank you.
Your name in different type.
Yeah, but it might have some vague reference to, you know, to what you did, but it won't really be personalised.
Yeah. The set of mugs, again, will be in different type.
Exactly.
Thank you, Steve Merchant, for your wonderful gift. We love mugs. Yeah, yours.
Yeah, exactly. and a photocopied signature.
Exactly, yeah. It's not right, is it? Oh dear.
And also, of course, as well, if there's a baby involved, you know, perhaps they had a kid out of wedlock, and that's why they're getting married. There's normally the little baby signature as well. I hate that. Like the baby signed it. From Paul and Sharon and little Billy.
Be Ben these days.
Ben.
I reckon. What do you think, Carl? How was the wedding, by the way?
Did you buy a gift?
Suzanne sorted something out.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Oh, actually, no. We're going away, having a week away with them.
That's your gift.
Yeah.
What
we're going away. No, we're going away to Cornwall or something, and yeah, that's it. We've sort of paid for a place to stay and coming along and that.
And their gift is to spend a week with you in a confined space.
They'll have a great time and that.
Will they?
Yeah, it's fine.
Can I get a pen? I'm making a note of how many times you say "and that" during today's show, and so far there's 3. I've noticed 3. I need to make a note because I think we can have a competition here. If you can predict how many times he's going to say "and that," the closest one wins some of the crap DVDs that we've got on offer.
Hold on, tell me we've got Ladder 49.
Definitely.
XFM.
Landed Ben Folds on XFM 104.9.
We've had an email, Rick, from Simon Whittaker. He says, he's throwing the question to Carl. Have you seen the video for that Ben Folds song where there's apparently a monkey working the sound desk and shifting the piano? Yeah, you want to check that out? Talking of monkeys working the sound desk, we've also had a lot of emails directed at you. Yeah, a lot of emails directed to you, Carl, asking if you saw this programme that was on in the week. I think I didn't see it. I think it's called
The Strangest Village in Britain.
Yeah.
Did he watch it? He called me 6 times during it.
Of course
Called me 6 times.
Now, just explain briefly what this was, because I didn't see it.
Well, it was a sort of an experiment. I think I can work out from the sort of 70s. And it was sort of run by, from what I can make out, mainly sort of German Christians.
Right.
And what it was people with various disabilities or mental illnesses, Down syndrome, autism, bewildered, and they were living normally in the community. And there was 300 people in the village. Half had some sort of problem, mental problem or disability, and the other half were sort of carers. And I mean, it was very, very strange.
And where is this village? It's somewhere in this.
It's up near Whitby, innit?
Yorkshire,
Right. Okay.
But he called me. He called me at various points. We were watching that. It started off. He went, "Geez, if that's the beginning, what have they got coming up?" Then there was two fellas, and the phone rang, and it went, "What is going on?" And it was two blokes who had created their own language.
Okay.
And they were going, "What would it lo?" And you go, "What would it lo?" And it was an interesting program. I love documentaries like that. But what made it twice as good was that I knew that Karl was getting confused.
Yeah.
There was one bloke that went round interviewing people, and he'd just have a string of questions, and he'd go, "Have you ever had curly hair? What's your favourite animal? Have you ever seen a badger?" All right. And Karl was getting stressed.
It was stressing me out.
Because he was trying to think of the answers quickly enough.
He was sort of saying, do you like mosaics and that? And I was like, oh, do it. And the next question was coming in. It was like Mallet's mallet. Do you know that sort of that word association thing? I was stressing me out.
But he said he wanted to go there. He actually said, "Oh, could I go for a holiday there?" And I went, "Well, I doubt that. I don't know. Maybe you could go on a visit." That would be great, wouldn't it? For Karl to walk in there.
But the thing about it would be like Karl would be the ruler. He'd be the king. It would be that in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. I mean, he would just dominate.
I don't know. There were some of them were quite clever.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he'd. I think he'd probably be average.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd.
Okay, he'd just blend in.
No, I don't think he'd shine.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them were quite good at some things, weren't they? He didn't like the angry bloke who punched him. There was this really sort of sweet Down syndrome woman called Nan, and she hadn't hung her coat up, and this angry bloke was going, "If you don't hang your coat up, I will." And he punched her, didn't he?
Yeah.
And poor Nan got it in the neck from everyone. There was another woman bullying her, wasn't he? Yeah. But you like the little the little Down syndrome fellow with the woolly hat who was helping that woman.
If I went there, he's the one who had sort of hunt down and said, "Come on, let's go for a pint or something."
Sure.
But
incidentally, do you like mosaics? We didn't establish that. He's still thinking about it.
What was his name? That one that you liked, that you wanted to hang around with. What was his name? I can't remember. He was good. I liked him. He was nice, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's the one that fell over, then proposed marriage to that woman, didn't he?
Yeah. I remember. I was on a. I don't know if this is all right to talk about. I mean, it happened, so not worrying
It's
about
all right to talk about. Everything's all right to talk about.
But I was on the train, right, coming from Manchester back to London, right?
Yeah.
And got on it. It was like a Friday night, and it was heaving, like the last train is and all that, and absolutely chocker. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking through the carriages, thinking, "Oh, is he in his seats anyway?" Anyway, everyone's like, it's heaving, right? It's people stood up in the doorways. You can't get in the toilet and all that. There's not going to be any chair knocking about. Walking through, and anyway, I see this one empty chair sort of in front of me, right? I think, "Oh, why ain't anyone sat there?" Right? I'll just rush to that, get to that, I'll get myself a seat, plonk myself down, right, and sort of turn round, see who I'm facing, see who you're sort of having a chat with. Little fella there, right? Little, Down syndrome kid,
Right.
Sat there, and he goes, "All right." And I thought, oh, right, not bad, but do you know what I mean? They're always talking, aren't they? They ask a lot of questions, right? So I was like, oh, here we go, 2.5 hours, and I couldn't get up because the thing is, that's obvious,
Sure.
right? So that's like mean. I'd never want to be mean. Do you know what I mean?
No.
At the end of the day. So anyway, I think I know. I'll go to sleep.
Clever.
Right. So I shut my eyes, and he leaves me alone and that. So then my phone goes, and I think, right, what do I do? Do I ignore it, or do I open my eyes and see what it is? Anyway, I open my eyes. It's Ricky calling about something, about nothing probably. Actually thinking about it, wasn't even worth answering. Right. So anyway, but I'm awake now, aren't I? So he's like, "Hello," and I'm like, "All right, mate." And he says, "You're muscly."
You're right.
Oh God!
And I said, yeah. And he goes, why? So I said, no, just am. It's, again, stressing me out, because I was thinking, why am I muscly? I don't go to the gym. And, I'm not muscly, I'm in good shape. And that.
Well.
So then he wants an arm wrestle. On a crammed train from Manchester, so I've got another hour and a half of this.
When you talk back, he'd soon have got up and left. If you'd have started asking him questions, he'd have got up and left with the drivel you come out with.
So anyway, do you know when you're under pressure, you're thinking, well, he's said that I'm muscly, right? So do I do it or not? What? And there's people watching, not joining in, not sort of having a laugh and that with me, just like watching but pretending they're not.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
at one of those table seats, and he kept saying, come on, I want to arm wrestle. So, and he was getting loud, and I thought, I best just have an arm wrestle.
What do you mean? I best just have an arm wrestle? What do you mean?
Get it over and done with. I had to... if he's going to keep asking, I had another hour and a half on the train.
Oh, God.
So anyway...
Oh, my God. I'm thinking who won.
Well, I'm thinking, were people putting bets on? How was it working?
It was stopped, and just as well, really.
What do you mean it was stopped?
Was it game?
No. He was winning. I was struggling a bit, right? Yeah. And he was really like, taking my arm down, and then he sort of let go and started laughing. And I thought, thank God he let go, because I would have made, you know what I mean? If I lost that, everyone's in the train looking, and all the rest of it.
I never felt it suddenly serious to him. He's got to win this.
Anyway,
Pilkington.
But then he just, then we were chatting about favourite food and that. He likes sausages. And I said, he said, do you like sausages? I said, yeah, they're all right. I like a bit of Chinese and that as well. And he was saying, I can't have Chinese. Not allowed Chinese.
Why?
Don't know. He just said, it's not allowed to have it. But yeah, I had a good long chat about stuff and that. But
so you enjoyed it in the end?
In the end, it was all right. Yeah, it's just.
What do you expect? Okay.
No, but it's that thing, isn't it? It's always whenever you're faced with something different, it's always awkward, isn't it? And that's the thing.
You're talking about him now, are you?
And I think I did all right, because everyone else was ignoring him, but I probably made his day pretty good.
Yeah. We were a nice bloke.
I like the idea that newlywed couple are probably thinking that's going to be a similar journey down to Cornwall. Rick, I know you like to occasionally share your musical tastes with the audience, and just talk about what you're raving about at the moment. But I can't get enough of this Bright Eyes album. I'm wide awake. It's morning. It's brilliant.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. There's so many great tunes on there. It's one of those albums where it actually holds together as an album. You want to listen to it from the beginning to the end. It's dynamite stuff.
I'd say go out and buy it.
Oh, I recommend it to anyone. Talking of going out and buying stuff, Rick, remember?
Well, you wouldn't know about that.
Well, no. This is why I had to put out that appeal for free stuff, and we did mention that at the beginning of the first show. Because, we don't tend to get sent a lot of the usual kind of treats that a lot of radio stations and radio DJs get sent. Certainly, we never get sent music, Rick. I mean, we're probably one of the only DJs on this station that's allowed to play their own records.
We're totally unplaylisted.
No one ever sends us any records.
I know, it's unbelievable.
But we do get sent now, I'm pleased to say, some other stuff. And people are now beginning to see that, yes, if you do send us stuff, we will shamelessly plug it. We've just been sent the book of British hit singles and albums.
That's proper
the new
gift.
edition. A great gift.
That is not a CD from an unknown band who pressed it in their garage.
Yeah, exactly.
That is not a, will you review this book I've done about the history of punk?
That is a lovely... I could easily give that as a gift at Christmas time, and someone would think that...
Now you're thinking.
Exactly.
You're thinking you've saved 25 quid there, aren't you?
Easily.
Well done. Well, look, I mean, it's a lovely day, and if anyone's thinking of having a barbecue, could I suggest a lovely Banrock Station wine?
Okay.
If you don't know about it, let me tell you about this. You know Tony Sharley, the manager of Banrock Station?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he comments, being an Australian wine brand, we are very much pro the outdoor way of life, enjoying a barbecue with a bottle of wine amongst friends.
Here.
I agree with Tony Sharley. Yeah. And it's a lovely, lovely
do they
fruity
do both red and white wine?
I think they do, but I mean, I love the full-bodied taste of the Banrock Red with maybe a fish dish.
Absolutely.
Although I've made an error. What am I doing drinking red with fish?
Oh, come along. I'll tell you, if you've perhaps finished the barbecue, we've got some guests round, the night is, it's still a balmy evening, perhaps you'd care for some Hope and Greenwood confectionery. I
would love some. What sort of things are involved in that?
We've got some delicious chocolates from Hope and Greenwood. They do make, and they, as you can see here, there's a wonderful presentation box.
That is lovely.
So if, again, you need perhaps to take a gift to perhaps a wedding or, someone else's kind of barbecue party, then, I'd have thought a lovely bottle of Banrock Station and some Hope and Greenwood would be the ideal.
And if you've got anything to shamelessly plug, we've only got 2 weeks left, so please send things that are worth it, things we can drink, eat,
Please do send it in soon.
XFM.
The magic numbers, forever lost. I was taken unawares because I opened that thing. What is it?
The confectionery.
Well, we were sort of doing it ironically, like people getting shameless plugs by giving us stuff. But then I opened it, and it's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
It's all retro stuff. It's got a curly whirly, a fountain, sherbet fountain. I've just been eating a drumstick, but I didn't quite finish in time.
It's got some of those little cola bottles. That's Hope and Greenwood and their confectionery, which are available now. The perfect summer gift. Perhaps you've got to go to a wedding or barbecue party.
We've got some rubbish to give away now, haven't we?
We have indeed, yeah. If only we hadn't opened that, we could have thrown that in the mix.
I
But,
know, no, it's too good to give away.
It's time for Rockbusters, the quiz that no one looks forward to. And we've got, as usual, the bunch of CDs, DVDs, I should say, which...
Just tell me we have got another copy of Ladder 49.
Ladder 49's right here. That's
Brilliant.
in the mix, yeah.
How many did they send you?
Joaquin Phoenix, John Travolta, Ladder 49, the movie that no one's seen.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone who's seen it.
But it's owned by every single XFM listener.
Exactly. Also in the mix, as I said before, we've got Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which, if you haven't seen that on telly, I'd be very surprised. French and Saunders at the movie, the best of all the French and Saunders movie spoofs, which is, I think, on TV every single night.
Yeah. It's a very gay giveaway so far,
It's a very
isn't
good
it?
way. Well, this
got Ladder 49, the people in uniform. You've got Queen of the Desert and French and Saunders.
Well,
the gays love them.
You know how much a fan of Chevy Chase. You know I love Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Well, we've also got here National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, which doesn't feature Chevy Chase. It was so bad, even Chevy wouldn't agree to be in it. So instead, Randy Quaid, who plays Cousin Eddie, it's him.
Right.
And on the back, I notice it says, special appearance by Eric Idle.
Brilliant.
I mean, let's be honest, if a film's got a special appearance by Eric Idle,
I know.
it's probably not a classic, is all
Do you
I'm
reckon
saying.
they do Always Walk on the... look on the bright
Let's
side
hope
of
so.
life?
Anyway, that's just some of the DVDs which you can win. And obviously the real reason you should enter is because you go forward to this big prize draw, which is in our last show, where you can win some actual quality.
Yeah, a signed Matt Groening drawing, and if you can see him drawing that on rickygervais.com, it is totally genuine. It's just there, him actually drawing it in front of your very eyes. Also, us made as Flanimals, and a signed poster by Nigel Tufnell. Christopher Guest.
Sure.
So proper good prizes.
Yep.
Just that this is, I think it should be the last one to get into it. Maybe next week, the 4 that we've got get down to 2 maybe. And then we get them on the line in the last, what do you think?
Well, I'll be honest, I wish we'd thought it through. I don't know about you, but I wish we thought this whole
Chris
thing through.
Campling, if you've got any ideas to how this show could have run, see, we should have scripted this.
What we said, we just said the go in a drawer, didn't we?
Did we?
So
Yeah, we hadn't thought it through though.
but we can't keep swapping and changing.
Well, we
Okay,
haven't
we can
done
do what
it
we
yet.
want. We can do what we want.
We can do what we want, yeah. Do you know how many BAFTAs we've won? We can do exactly what we want.
High five.
Well, listen.
Six.
Let's get down to business then.
Right, so Rockbusters, let's explain briefly what this quiz is for those that have only just started listening to the show.
It's basically Blockbusters.
Well, you say that, Rick, but it's not, is it? I mean, that Blockbusters made sense.
Yeah,
This
well,
is
this
just
is the thing.
incoherent drivel.
Carl thinks it's a cryptic clue and going, right, a fella is walking along and oh, look, there's the fish. What does that mean? Trout sinners.
Some of them are hard because they've dug
Some
them all
of them
out.
are hard because they don't make sense.
No, but they've dug them all out because they're going to put them all on the website for people to play along with, and they came to me for the answers, and some of them are pretty tricky. I couldn't answer them. So
I love that.
Anyway,
the only man that can outwit himself.
right then. So the first one then. Here we go. Why don't you borrow some land off Mr. Boardman or Mr. Laurel or Mr. Fletcher? All right. Why don't you borrow a little bit of land?
Oh, it's changed already.
Already changed.
Already
off
changed.
Mr. Boardman.
Well, no, do it again and do it exactly the same each time. Do it again.
Why don't you borrow some land off Mr. Boardman or Mr. Laurel or Mr. Fletcher if you need a bit of it?
What's changing?
Okay, and what are the initials?
Right, LS. LS. That's a band or an artist. Who am I talking about? Right. Second one. I'm gonna.
Sorry, he's got a sweet in his mouth.
I'm gonna annoy those seabirds over there. Right. Right.
I'm going to annoy those seabirds over there.
Well, just those seabirds. It doesn't matter where they are. I'm gonna annoy them seabirds.
I don't know what he's talking about anymore, Steve. Honestly.
B is the initial.
I love the fact that he was fascinated by the strangest village in Britain, but the stories he's told us about where he comes from, there's him going around with 2 fellas with big heads, webbed feet, a little pigeon-chested bloke, him on his grifter with Maggie pecking at him, his dad in a telephone box nicking groceries, and a horse in the house next door. I mean, how strange was his upbringing? And him hanging from his satchel. Unbelievable.
There's
Feel
another
free.
woman who I remembered. Actually, I'll tell you later.
Go on,
Right.
what?
No,
What?
I'll
Go on.
tell you later about another woman who I remembered.
Give us a come on, give us a teaser.
It's just a woman who rode around on a 3-wheeled bike with her husband in a basket. Right, I'll tell you that. Right, and the final
You don't get
clue.
teasers like that on any other radio
That's a hell of
station.
a funeral service.
Right, listen. Right, the final clue. What the Scouse fella said to the robber who he found in his house next to his vineyard.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What?
Again?
Right, so what the Scouse fella said
Right, this is going to be a pronunciation thing.
to the robber he found in his house.
Oh, God,
which was
I've
next to
lost
his-
the will to live. I want to get in that woman's basket on the street. We'll just be driven round
And
for the rest of my life.
the initials are AW. AW. Who is it?
All right. Well,
Email in and that.
shall we have also on the text 83XFM? You can win Christmas,
one to get
National
all
Lampoon's
three.
Christmas Vacation 2 and Ladder 49.
David Bowie?
Yeah, watch that man. David Bowie, Watch That Man on XFM 104.9. Now, coming up, Steve, and listeners, so, I'm talking to them mainly. I'm not really, I'm talking to you and Carl, really.
Yeah.
But coming up, an old feature, Knob News.
Oh, Knob News, the welcome return of Knob News.
Yeah, and Monkey News is still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just briefly, you don't think you really gave that competition justice, did you, not handing out the email?
No, let's just quickly whiz through the questions again.
Yeah.
John's texted in, by the way. He says, I never get any of the Rockbusters clues. Is this a good or a bad thing? Definitely a good thing.
Definitely a good
Definitely
thing.
a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All other people do.
Well,
First one. Why don't you borrow a bit of land off Mr. Boardman or Mr. Laurel or even Mr. Fletcher?
Right.
LS. Second one. I'm going to annoy those seabirds. Right. B. And the last one. What the Scouse fella said to the robber he found in his house next to his vineyard. AW. If you know what they are, email in or text in.
Tell us
right?
about the woman. What's the text? Quick.
Well, 83936 on the text. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk on the email and that.
All right, and that. Mark that one
I'll
down.
just make a note of that.
And that. Right, tell us about this woman.
Well, it was just because you were saying about the, our living.
We are broadcasting now, aren't we? This is actually going out. This is live. This isn't us sort of like...
Yeah,
sort
but
of-
you were just talking about how I lived in an odd village
Yeah.
with kids with big heads and all that, right? And what I wanted to do,
What is that again? There's two kids with big heads.
yeah, they just had sort of big heads and webbed hands and that. They went to my school, and when I spoke to my dad the other day, because I'm going to see my mum and dad tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, have we got any school photographs with the big-headed kids in? And he said, no, nobody bought those sort of school photos because they were in it, so it was always a bit ruined. But I said, well,
No.
no, he said sales would, because he obviously talked to other dads and stuff like that, and he just said, oh, no one bought them. But anyway, so
I would love them.
Yeah.
That's why I'd buy them.
yeah, but I wouldn't stand out, would I? If
And
it's on
that's
the
saying
mantelpiece.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, so I was talking about,
When you say they had big heads, what do you mean? Do they look like someone from Doctor Who?
they were just quite big.
But they weren't related.
No.
So why did two blokes with big heads and webbed feet?
I lived in a weird area. There was a
Was
sort
there
of a chemical plant close by.
I can't believe you've never told us that before. That explains a lot. Not just the freaks in your neighbourhood, but
No,
yours
loads of
truly.
weird. There was loads of weird stuff going on. There was this, like I said, there was this woman who used to live in one of the council flats, right? And she had a three-wheeled sort of big. What do you call it?
Son, three-wheeled son. He was the weirdest bloke we ever knew.
What do you call it? Like a big tricycle, but for an adult rather than one for a kid. It was
Yeah.
a big
It
one.
wasn't a motorbike, though. It was a...
No, it was a push bike thing.
yeah.
And she used to just sort of ride down the road with a fella sat in the basket on the back with his legs dangling over, and they'd be going to the pub and what have you.
Was it a different fella each time or the same one?
Same
Yeah.
little sort of bald-headed fella.
Sure it wasn't collection for organs and things. Bring out your ill. And then people just throw Grandad just in the back and go, right, we're getting £4 for Grandad.
But she used
He's got a
to be
lovely
quite...
pair of testicles on him. They're very low, but they're
Bring out your dead or nearly dead.
She used to pick on her husband quite a lot. They'd be in the pub and what have you, and they'd be sat by themselves, but she'd always be sort of, you know, having a go at him, moaning at him, sort of pushing him about and that. So my dad and his mate, right, they went round to their house, knocked on the door, she answered, and he said he was a copper, right? He said, you know, Detective Pilkington, gonna come in and have a word.
So I'm just going to make a note of impersonating a police officer.
Yeah, but for the good, he went in and sort of said, now, I've heard,
superhero.
Yeah.
I've heard, you know, you picking on your husband a lot.
Yeah.
We'll be keeping an eye on you. Do it again, and there'll be trouble. And she backed off after that. She
That's
was all
good.
right.
And how was the husband? Was he still in the basket though? Was he allowed to ever sort of like ride up front with her, or was he just always in the
No,
basket?
it just she'd sort of stopped picking on him in public places and stuff.
That's
like
good.
That.
Just
You
did it behind
can't
closed doors.
get done, can you, just for doing that?
I think impersonating a police officer
Well,
is
you
a criminal
probably did.
offence.
There was no gain. I think you can't impersonate a police officer full stop, but I think they'd probably be lenient on him that he was, you know. But let's face it, he's not going to be caught because why would anyone know about it? It's not like his son's going to say it on a radio station, is it? And stitch him right up.
Is this something you did generally? Kind of a little bit of light vigilante work?
Just whatever, him and his mate, just, you know, if they saw something going on, they go, what can we do?
Sure.
What little scam can we do, or whatever.
That's fantastic. That is brilliant. Right, okay.
we doing?
Coming up, Knob News
And Monkey News.
and Monkey News and the answers to Rockbusters. What a show.
Signs on XFM by Snoop Doggy Dogg and Justin Timberlake and a bunch of other people. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Sorry, I was just enjoying
You're
that
eating.
Hope and Greenwood confectionery.
Lovely.
I wish I had something to wash that down with, Rick.
Won't you have a glass of lovely Ban Rock Station red wine?
Oh, lovely.
It's barbecue friendly.
Yeah, perfect.
Good. So just keep sending stuff in for
Free stuff,
free.
please, free
Good-
stuff.
Good stuff. Carl, what are we talking? What are we doing? I've got something to tell you actually. You know, we teased Steve about not ever spending any money.
Careful, I'm careful with money. I'm not.
Yeah. Guess what? He's treating it like he's nurturing this, right? He keeps running off, right? In the edit, he's having a suit made, and he wants to be just right because I reckon he's forking out quite a lot. He's having a suit made. Think of that, him.
Let me tell you this though. I don't want you thinking that I'm getting all flash with my cash. It's very hard to buy off the peg when you're 6'7". So you know it was a necessity. Carl, I don't want you thinking that this is the beginning of some new phase.
Well, is everything you buy sort of made to measure? Or?
No, I'm afraid if only I could afford it, mate. But no, I'm off the peg generally. But in
So
this
what,
instance,
like properly done and that? Just
oh yeah. It's the full thing. The full works. Got to keep going back for fittings. They got that little bit of chalk, you know, the pins.
It's where I
and
had
everything.
mine made. You know how good I look all the time.
Did you have to have that thing done where they say what side do you wear your member?
What side you dress? They don't say what side you wear your member. That would hardly be a euphemism, would it? So they say what side you dress, sir. It means what side your little poke, your little John Thomas leans, doesn't it, on rest, usually to the left, isn't it? Your little
But do
left
you know,
testicles.
if I said to you now, what side do you wear it on? Do you know?
It would be left. It would be the left. That's what I mean. If standing there, right, with nothing restricting it or holding it in or holding it up, right, it sort of leans. Your one ball is sort of like slightly back and lower, isn't it? And your little John Thomas rests there, so it's left. And the reason they ask it is so they don't put the tape measure up on the left and squash your willy or touch your willy.
So it's nothing to do with like, well, you'll need a bit more room of sort of more material on that side, or.
Well, no, I don't think they compensate. It's just when they when they stick that up into your groin, they don't want to come in contact with your
The
little.
thing is, I
Mercy.
don't know what side I wear stuff on. I just sort of pull my pants up and wherever it wants to go that day.
But maybe it's not big enough to sort of make any, you know, real decision.
But like now, I'm sat here right with my jeans on. I don't know where I am.
Well, that's clear from hearing you talk.
No, but what I mean is, if a fella said to me, "What side are you? What side's your member on?" I'd go-
Member. What is this? What is this? The use of the word member suddenly?
I'd go.
Well, it's not. It's usually not appropriate. And also, I imagine in the old days they had big baggy pants that used to sort of like hang down. And now, you know, like with those stretchy boxers and briefs, it's sort of held up in a nice little, neat little parcel, isn't it? So it's probably not appropriate. It doesn't come in contact with your little snake. So, you know. Did you ever? What have you ever heard that? Are you telling me a tailor has asked you that and you went, "What do you mean, mate?"
No, I've never. I've not really had one made to measure. I had one made when I was a kid. but since then I've sort of bought a suit off the hook. But when you were saying about buying a suit, I know that question sort of crops up and I don't know what the answer is. It just annoys me the way I don't know, there's no surprises anymore. Do you know what I mean? People know.
What do you mean? He's going to go, right, I'm going to measure you now. Which side shall I measure? Go, well, pot luck, go on, have a look. Right, there you go. Oh, you got it. You checked me out.
What do you mean there's no surprises anymore? What are you talking about?
Everything you say is a surprise. Everything you say. Every opinion you have is a surprise to me.
What I mean is, why aren't people just happy just to go, well, depends, doesn't it? I'll just pull the pants up wherever it wants to go. I'm happy.
What do you mean? Why is this such a big issue?
But Carl, when they ask you this question, they're not making a note of it somewhere. It's not statistical research to find out what the kind of common leaning is. It's a question so he doesn't touch it when he's using his tape measure.
Just be careful.
But he is being careful by asking the question.
But what's wrong with him touching it anyway? If he's, I mean, it's only a slight.
Fair enough.
But if he just sort of, knocks it a little bit, you can just go.
Do that again?
To me, it's the same as the prostate thing. It's just happening all over again.
But the doctor doesn't go, what side's your arse on, sir? Trying to avoid the arse. He wants to go, he knows where your arse is and he's aiming for it and he wants to get it up there. He's aiming for it for a good cause. This little fella's going, well, I've got to measure his leg. I don't want to touch the knob. I'll just ask him, sir, do you mind telling me where your cock is so I can avoid it? It's a big difference.
But like I'm saying to you, I'd have to have a look first to let him know. I don't know where it is now. I don't know. It could be the left, could be the right.
Are you telling me you don't know where your knob is
without
now?
looking?
Well, what do you mean without looking? How could...
Well, you're saying it as if like...
Should we have a guess?
Well, have a look and tell us where it is.
What are you wearing? What sort of pants are you wearing?
I've got my jeans on.
But you got pants on underneath them?
Yeah.
What are they? Briefs or boxer shorts?
Boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts. Well, it's probably free, but the jeans are probably strict in it. I think it's probably either in the middle, dressed in, or just slightly to the left. Have a look. We'll tell the listeners after the break where's Carl's knob. It's a good competition.
Oh, brilliant! We've got to send this to the Sony Awards people.
XFM.
Run, Snow Patrol on XFM. Well, big question. Where was Carl's knob?
That's what people have been hanging on for.
Yeah. Where was it?
Well, I can't believe people have been texting in.
Hey, guessing where it is?
People saying, is it in the middle? Is it in the left? It cost them 10p. It cost them 10p to find out. Just wait, I'm going to give out the answer. You don't win anything, right? Like, strike it lucky. Right?
Bottom or middle? Right.
It was to the left.
Oh!
Yeah.
I went with the right. That's annoying.
See, I thought it would be to the left. If not, maybe if it was all scrunched up, sitting on your lap right, it might just pop up to the middle. Just pop out, like,
Well, next week we'll be finding out where yours is.
Where's Ricky's bollocks?
Right then, which leads us nicely into...
Knob news.
Oh, it's the welcome return of knob news.
Right, okay, it's very much like the news at 10, this, isn't it? I do a bong, or in this case a schlong, and he gives me the headlines, the knob news of the day. The big, where have you collected all this knob news? Was there a lot of knob news this week?
It was mental this week. The amount of stuff. The way it works, you give us the bong, I'll give you the headline,
okay.
Steve decides which stories we're going to talk about.
And now on XFM, knob news. Schlong.
Man grows knob on his arm.
Schlong.
Man gets doctors to make him a second knob.
Schlong.
Turkish prisoners made hole in cell wall to produce third inmate.
Schlong.
Doctors accidentally remove man's testicles.
So, well, can I straight away go for the accidental removal of the testicles?
Well, it's happened before, right? We've talked about that before.
What did he go in for a tonsillitis? What are they called? Tonsillectomy. And he went in the wrong way. What are you talking about? How can they accidentally remove his testicles?
It says, he didn't look at his folder, and the doctor said to the fella, "Oh, we've removed your testicles and we wanted to take out your prostate gland." So that's what happened. There's the story. This is what I mean. That's why I don't like going to the doctors. It happens, doesn't it? Because all these sort of... it's when they say things like, oh, it's just, we do loads of these operations. That's when they're not concentrating.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? When they say it's procedure, that's like having a boring job that you do every day when you're not going to be concentrating. I prefer them to go, this is a tricky one, this.
I know what you mean. I sort of do know what you mean.
People, you watch TV programmes about, like, you know, removing someone's second head or whatever, and there's like the best surgeons from all over the world.
It's televised. They can't make a mistake. They can't go, we took his legs off by mistake.
Whereas the fella who's having a prostate's like, oh, do you want to do it? I'm sick of doing that.
Yeah.
And they're probably doing a crossword whilst they're at it.
Of course they are. I've seen that actually in operating theatres. They're doing a crossword.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I was just examining some of the other knob news, Rick, a little bit more closely. Man gets doctors to make him a second penis. I'm sure we're all interested to know what happened there.
Yeah.
A German who persuaded doctors to give him a second penis has lost his wife after he showed her the result. Biker Michael Gruber lost his original penis in a motorbike accident, and doctors built him a second one using a mixture of skin, bone and other tissues.
Bone?
Apparently, the penis worked so well that he was even able to father a child with his wife Bianca. But Gruber was still not happy and asked doctors to repeat the operation and build him a better organ, to which they agreed. From his hospital bed, he said, I've got 2 penises, but no wife. I'm hoping when I get rid of one of the penises, I'll get her back.
What do you mean? Sorry, he had 2 put on.
What side does he wear?
So he's had both. So he's had 3 then.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is probably the thing that happened with Hitler when he had 1 ball, but he had 3 at one point, didn't he? So he just kept one in the Albert Hall, gave his mum one, and kept the other one.
Man grows penis on his arm. I mean, why people are constantly losing their penises around the world? I've no idea.
But why?
I didn't realise it was a bit.
What do you mean why on the arm? It's just a graft, isn't it?
Yeah, but put it on like your buttock or your side. Not, you can't wear a short sleeve shirt. Why do they've done that before? I don't understand it. Why not just graph it onto the side of your leg or something where it's high up, close to where it should be?
I don't know. To get it used to the environment. Like when you were like released a duck into the wild.
I've never understood that. If there's a doctor, again, you know, we had a doctor last time, if there's someone who can let us know why they put it on the arm.
So they can keep an eye on it, presumably. He's not going to work with this knob on his arm. He's probably in a hospital bed and under examination.
Right.
So what do you think? They pop the knob on the arm, say, come back in 3 weeks. What do you do, by the way? I'm a mechanic. Keep the knob, keep the long sleeve shirt, because the blokes go, why have you got a knob on your arm, mate? What are you talking about? He doesn't go back to normal as a teacher. Sir, what is it, Simpkins? You got a knob on your arm. No, don't worry about that. Do your maths. What do you think this bloke's walking around with a big knob coming out of his arm?
Why on the arm?
So they can keep an eye on it. So it's not...
But if he's in bed, just get him to not put any undies on or whatever and just have a little sly look at how it's going. Even in hospital, if you're in a shared, like, little hospital room, people going, oh, I've had heart problems, what's your problem? He's there with his arm out.
He's got his knob out. Yeah, but I don't think it counts as indecent exposure when they're grafting a knob on your arm, sticking that up the bed.
Imagine if he's driving, he's just got it out the window. People driving by.
Yeah.
At the end
is that bloke giving me the finger?
At the end of the man grows penis on his arm story, it says, a Moscow surgeon said the man will be able to have sex in a few months. He said, women will never suspect. But what kind of a doctor talks like that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's his cock now, seriously. The birds will never know. He'll be able to go berserk.
Yeah.
They'll never realise we grew it on his arm.
That is unbelievable. Will he have a little scar on his arm, do you think?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I say, 83936 if there's a doctor out there.
Or indeed if you've ever grown...
Or a tailor. Making you a shirt. What side do you wear your cock on, sir? It's on my left arm.
What's this? Bit of Stones?
Yeah, beautiful. Lay it on me. Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. Well, I think the listening public would have enjoyed knob news there.
Oh.
So, I mean, there was a lot of knob news this week.
I was surprised. You know, I would have thought it would be hard sometimes to get knob news together, but...
I would have thought it would have been part of a bigger news programme, but, I mean, I don't think we'd dedicate a whole sort of, like John Craven's news round.
Yeah.
A whole 5 minutes to knob-related news.
Yeah.
There was other news, was there, in the week at all? Carl, it wasn't just all knob-related, you didn't just research.
No, they're the ones that sort of stand out. There was Christ on a Crisp.
Right, what's that? That's obviously a crisp that someone vaguely thinks looks a bit like Robert Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a load of twaddle, yeah.
There was a bloke who can blow up balloons using his ears.
What do you mean?
Look at him. Just,
well, it's all connected, isn't it? That's, you're just redirecting it, aren't you?
Pointless, though, isn't it?
It is pointless. No, I'm sort of downplaying it like it's no big deal, but it is pretty impressive.
It's not. When was the last time you blew up a balloon?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what I mean. It's not needed. It's not impressive. That's what I mean. That's why.
But you could say that about any form of sort of like bizarre entertainment. I don't think you have to hang yourself from hooks, but a lot of people go and see Jim Rose Circus. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't see the...
But would you go and see that?
What, a man blowing up balloons did? No. If it was a mate of mine, I'd go, do that thing you can do. To a group of new friends, I go, all right, then I'd get on with it. To me, it's below an average card trick doing something like that.
Apparently, though, he does make balloon animals with his penis, so...
Which is pretty good, isn't
blow
it?
him up with his ears. So.
It's always a snake.
Everything leads
So
back.
it's a little snake. I go, yeah, well done.
Back to
Put it
the
away.
news. Right, now listen then. What about another feature we'd like doing?
What?
Song with a story.
Okay, he's been working on this, hasn't he?
Yes, hasn't he?
He's like a producer, isn't he?
Yeah.
But with a completely round head.
Just saying that, you were saying I don't like music, but I'm saying I do if I can hear what they're singing about, and there's a reason to sort of listen to it.
Have you turned into 50s dad? What is this?
No, but it's like, it's nice to have a song where you go, I can't turn it off because I need to know how it ends. You know what I mean? It's like a mini...
Great. It's like a mini film.
a
He
little
can't
mini film.
sit through a film unless it's got a grotesque in it. He can watch The Elephant Man because he's getting a glimpse of this. He's waiting to see the bloke's face. That's all he's waiting for, right? And so 3 minutes is about as much as you can maintain his...
Well, last week we did Babushka.
yeah.
That woman dressing up, sort of tricking her husband, and it sort of backfires and that. Don't know how it ended properly. I don't know if they split up or whatever. But this week...
There's no follow-up. Kate Bush isn't now penning the sequel. Right, go on then. So what's this week?
Pinball Wizard.
Right, okay, what's the story there?
It's about this sort of deaf, dumb and blind kid
Right.
who's good at pinball. That's it.
So I don't believe he would be good at pinball.
But even if he is, it's a lot to give up, isn't it? Just for that.
Well, he didn't give it up.
No, but it's not like, well, you can't even say to him, oh, a lot of bad news and that, but you're good at pinball. It's just a bit rubbish. I mean, does he even know he's playing pinball? Is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? And it's not hard, it's just moving the thing, no, just hitting the buttons hard.
Yeah.
It's not like, if he was good at Pac-Man or something, you go, oh, yeah. But
It wouldn't scan, would it? Well, I mean, what were they thinking of? What were the Who thinking of when they wrote this?
well, let's have a listen to it.
But, you see, now, being
He's a
deaf...
Pac-Man wizard.
It kind of works.
Yeah.
He's deaf, dumb and blind, though.
Yeah,
That's pretty grim, isn't it?
it's rubbish, isn't it?
Well, don't say that. Oh, that's all right. I can't hear you.
No, but it is like, it's just the worst, isn't it? I can't imagine what that would be like. It's pointless. Like being a tapeworm or something, isn't it? It's just... No, but what I'm saying is, what sort of a life is that? It's horrible.
It is a bit like being one of those creatures deep in the ocean.
Well, look, can I just answer your questions? It must be terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Job done.
But would you want a song about it? And, he's good at pinball.
But it's not a real person. We were getting onto the realms of
Well, let's
people with
have a
disabilities.
listen.
But he is not a bloke that existed they sang a song about.
Well, listen to it. Anyway,
Well, it's not a true story. I don't need to listen to
let's
it.
have a listen.
Oh, okay. Pinball Wizard by The Who. A little song with a story there about a little deaf, dumb and blind kid. Thoughts, Carl?
I just, it's depressing, like I say. I don't know why. Is he enjoying playing the game?
I don't know, let's get Pete Townsend on the phone.
Carl, what are you talking about?
I'm just trying to
Listen to the lyrics, right? Deaf, dumb, blind kid. He can't hear no bells and bells. He can't see any flashing lights. He plays by sense of smell. Now, I'm pretty sure that isn't a scientific document Pete Townsend is reading out there when he wrote this song. He's making it up.
But the thing is, with all songs or stories, there's got to be a little bit of realism to it. What do you know what I mean? Why bother putting money in it? Just let him hit the buttons if he's happy.
That's true.
That's a fair point.
That is a fair point. That is a fair point.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah, well, I think you've made Daltrey and Entwistle and the whole crew look fools.
Yeah, they won't get fooled again.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, of all the things, I mean, it is horrible. We're not, like, having a go. This is what I always worry about when we play. But at the end of the day, that's what he's singing about, so we're not having a go.
No. And it's not a real person. It doesn't really exist. I say again, it's a fictional person playing pinball and always getting a replay. Okay? This fella's saying that he's good at pinball. He's played from Surrey to Bromley, but if this little deaf and blind kid, he can't believe it. He cannot believe it.
If you had to lose something, Steve, right?
It wouldn't be money.
That's true enough.
Your sight or your ears. What?
That's too much. I can't decide. That's too painful. Sight or your ears?
What about you?
Intuitively, it would be hearing, because I couldn't...
No, I think it's got to be sight for me.
Yeah.
Well, you're always together, so that's all right.
Anyway, listen, is it almost time?
Well, I've got to ask Carl. I'm sorry, I've got to ask Carl.
I'm sorry, go on.
Carl, what would you rather be, deaf or blind? When does this question ever really come up? When the doctor goes, well, listen, you've got our son, well, we can either lose your eyes or your ears. It's up for you. This is never a decision that has to be made by anyone ever in life. But go on then, would you rather be blind or deaf?
It depends where you live. So.
I'm not even sure these are PC terms, blind and deaf, anymore. Would you rather use your sense of sight or sight of hearing?
Depends where you live.
What do you mean it depends where you live?
Well, say if you lived in, like, a barren sort of, Africa or whatever, right? Naught to see, right?
Sure.
So you could lose your sight.
Sure. But if you lived in a woman's locker room...
Well, if you lived in...
Quite noisy.
Yeah, it's quite noisy.
Stop banging that door.
Yeah, I'll have my sight, lose my hearing.
But if you live in, like, New York, loads to see, but a little bit noisy.
Sure.
So...
Perfect.
That is a brilliant answer. Unbelievable, once again. Can we have monkey news? This show's like one long monkey news, isn't it? When you tune in to hear Karl Pilkington.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, why don't we play a little short track? Right,
what was
short track?
What?
What is it, Steve?
It's Green Day.
Green Day.
If you like.
A bit of Green Day. We'll cram in the monkey news. We'll play the ads. Justin's here. That'll be that. Right?
Go on.
That's what we'll do.
Green Day on XFM 104.9 with Gervais, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. We need the answers quickly, Karl.
Rockbusters. We're running out of time. We've got Rockbusters and monkey news to come in this fun-packed show.
Give us the clues. Give us the answers.
Right, the first one was, why don't you borrow a little bit of land off Mr. Boardman or Mr. Laurel or Mr. Fletcher?
Go on then.
Right,
sure.
what am I getting at there? The initials were LS, right? Lease a Stan's field, right? Because you're borrowing it, that's leasing it. It's Stan Boardman, Stan Laurel, and it's a field and that, isn't it? Second one, I'm gonna annoy those seabirds. That was B. What you doing when you're annoying a bird? You're bugging it. What's a seabird? A gull. Buggles, right? Bug gulls.
I don't know where to start, mate.
Right, don't worry about it.
I don't know where to start. If we had more time,
don't worry.
I'd throw him out of a window. Right.
What the Scouse fella said to the robber he found in his house next to his vineyard.
Go on then.
That was A.W.
Yeah.
That was A, me Winehouse. Right?
What?
A, me Winehouse.
What?
A, me Winehouse.
What do you mean winehouse?
It's a vineyard. It's a cottage in a vineyard, so that's like a winehouse.
Say it again. What's the clue again?
Amy Winehouse.
Well, yeah, but what do you mean?
Amy.
Why is he saying? Why is it a robber?
Because the robber's getting in, and he's sort of saying, "Hey."
But what's the robber got to do with it? Why is it just a normal bloke? I don't say. Why is he saying Amy Winehouse? Why is he saying that?
He's saying to him, "Hey, get out."
Well, no, you can say no. Sorry, her name isn't A. Get Out Me Winehouse. Her name is her name isn't A. Get Out Me Winehouse.
Gavin Thompson got them all right. He's in Edinburgh, so he's winning ladder 49, and that's safe. That's on the way.
And he's going into the prize draw to win those. This better be a good monkey news, Carl. That's all I can say, because that was drivel. Amy Winehouse.
Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Right. There's this monkey, right?
Yeah.
And it had been, do you know you hear about monkeys being badly treated and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So, anyway, it goes into this home. It's 14, this monkey. It's called Matty, right? Goes into this home where it's looked after.
What do you mean home?
Just like, just a little monkey home, right?
Okay, so zoo.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, but they haven't got any other monkeys there, right?
What have they got there?
They've got just other animals and that, but not that many monkeys. But anyway, because he's there on his own, again, you know...
When you say monkey, do you mean a chimpanzee, by the way? Because you usually do.
Yeah.
I can't believe that journalist thought this was scripted.
Amazing.
So anyway, yeah. So he gets sort of pally with the people working there and that, and it's smoking fags, it's having a drink at night and all this, right?
What do you mean it's having a drink at night? How?
It's all here, Steve. I mean, we haven't really got time, but
Well, don't say it's all here like it's proof. You've got another stupid story that someone has put onto the internet. Someone sitting at home in their bedroom has put onto the internet.
So he's having a fag, he's drinking a lovely glass of Bang Rock Station.
Yeah, the wine that's perfect for a barbecue.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's loving life. It's forgetting about his past and everything, right? When this other monkey comes along,
Oh
no.
Trouble's brewing.
Go on.
right? That comes in. Something said. Right, forget it then. Forget it. Forget it.
XFM.
Iggy Pop on board on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
Steve Merchant here as well.
Yeah, little Karl Pilkington. Well, to reintroduce or introduce people for the first time to Karl, I think we should have a...
Yeah, maybe sort of a quick Q&A, Karl, and we don't need sort of lengthy answers from you. We don't need lots of detail. You know, it can be just a couple of sentences.
Just to get a
answer each
flavour of who
question.
you are.
Yeah, so firstly, name obviously Karl Pilkington. Age, Karl?
I'll be 30 next month.
Really?
This month? No, next. Where are we?
I don't think we need to ask any more questions.
I think we've done it.
That's it.
I think we've
Welcome
done it
to the world of Karl Pilkington.
I think that, I thought it would take 3 or 4
I thought
questions
it was going to be at least,
to really
yeah.
explain
that
what
was the
Karl
first
was
question.
about. Oh,
Absolutely
God.
incredible. But you know, we can't really leave it there because we haven't got enough else to do to fill up the 2 hours. So let's pursue this line of inquiry.
Yeah.
Age? What was the age, Karl? In a couple of months.
When were you born?
I'll be 72.
Right. What month? What day?
I'm on the cusp.
You're on the cusp of the day. Well,
23rd of September.
okay.
72.
So anyway, okay, right, good.
And you were talking there about obviously your star sign where you're on the cusp.
Yeah.
You believe in that, do you?
No.
You don't believe in star signs?
No, not really.
But you do believe in ghosts, I understand.
No, because the
paranormal.
but the star sign thing, you've got how many different star signs are they?
12, innit?
Right? And then you've got like loads of people.
Yeah. You do the math.
So they're saying that, you know, there's only 12 different sorts of people in the world.
Exactly. That's exactly right. It's made up. It's made up nonsense. It's non-science.
It's pseudoscience.
It's yes. It's hairy man and dyed hair woman science.
Yes.
Isn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything in a play, Pilk?
We know this, Karl. You've performed.
Just did the talent show, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, the talent show, yeah.
Remind us of the talent show.
That's when I did Walk Like an Egyptian, dressed up as a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And did me magic trick.
Oh, that's that. Is it an egg?
The egg one.
Yeah.
What was the egg one again?
When actually I've ruined it now saying the egg one, but I went on stage with like an Anki.
Yeah.
And I said, at this point I was dressed up as a caretaker in it.
Sure.
Don't know why, can't remember.
No.
I was stood there with this Anki over my hand.
Yeah.
And I said, right, you're going to love this one.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to make a bird appear in front of your eyes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, what's he going to do? So I'm stood there.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Pulled the Anki off.
It was an egg.
Had an egg, and I said, oh, it hasn't been born yet.
That's brilliant.
They loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went wild for it, did they? Round of applause.
Yeah.
How old were you? Was that when you were like 17?
Was that apart from your paper round? Was that the high point of your life so far? Is that the? What's the?
No, I didn't really.
Karl, I'd like to see you take that on the road. Or maybe at least up to the Edinburgh Festival next year.
Karl, we're going to play a song now, right? One of my great track, Watch That Man, off one of my favourite albums, A Love Insane by David Bowie. But during that, can you think of a couple of things for me? What's the best thing that's ever happened to you? Can you think about that for 3 minutes? Me and Steve will leave you alone. Just the best thing that's ever happened to you. Remember and think that is amazing. Yeah, can you do that? Play the record.
I tell you what.
What?
You've just reminded me.
What?
Weird stuff going on in the
But
world.
it wasn't a baby, was it? Maybe it was a baby. Maybe it was a baby, but it had water on it, everything.
Well, listen, right, this was a kid with a big head, as far as I'm concerned. He wasn't a baby. But we know what he's got, everything's sorted. But other things, right, that are weird in the world,
Yeah,
do you
go
know,
on,
you're
Karl.
always like, you're going on about there's no ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? How do you answer this one?
Yeah.
someone here who I work with,
Yeah.
right? I'm not going to say the house, it doesn't matter. But they were eating space cake, right?
What do you mean by that, Carl? Explain.
What's a space cake?
For people who...
It's some sort of druggy cake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
A dope brownie or whatever, yeah.
Right.
So with cannabis in it, is that what you're saying?
I think it's something stronger than that, isn't it? I don't know. But anyway, he was having this space cake. And
You better give me the name now, Carl, because I've got to report him.
no, listen.
It's only, no.
It really doesn't matter.
No.
Is it Sturgis? Was it Claire Sturgis?
Yeah,
She
let's say
wouldn't
it
bother.
is.
She's gone on the hardest. She doesn't
Sure,
bother
yeah,
with
she's just
those.
jumped straight up.
Doesn't do anything to her now.
Straight to the vein, yeah.
So listen, right? So he's at a party, right,
Yeah.
with his mates, and they're listening to the Star Sailor album, right?
Right.
And he sat there, and he's had some of this cake,
Right.
and he's listening to the album, and his mate sat across the way talking to someone else, right?
That's weird.
The album's on, and he thinks to himself, this track's going on a bit.
Yeah.
And his mate across the way, who's talking to someone else,
Heard him say it,
and he goes,
Yeah.
yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he goes, oh,
Right.
and he goes,
See, usually at this point, I say this bloke taking drugs, but you started the story
Yeah.
with this bloke
no.
had done some
But
drugs.
since,
Right, Rick?
no, if he was here now,
Yeah.
right, he would say, yeah, I know it sounds mental,
Yeah.
but it happened. And
Yeah.
it wasn't just a one question. It wasn't just like, oh, this track's a bit long, innit? Yeah, it is.
He had a
It
whole
was
conversation.
A whole conversation
Sure.
with the guy. And
Yeah.
the-
What,
and
but
the-
sorry, I just want to clarify. You mean he had the whole conversation telepathically?
Yeah.
Right. He didn't just shout across the
And
room.
they've recently met up and like they've sat there and tried to like work out what happened. And it's never happened
Presumably they
again.
don't have to talk at all anymore.
Yeah. Why did they meet up? Couldn't they have just done it like in their own homes? Just stay at home.
Do they have to have that cake before they
Yeah, before they
start
have
having
to
a
chat.
conversation? Hold on, wait a minute, lads. Why are we using our lips?
Yeah.
This is using way too many... take them. There you go.
My only question with that is, being skeptics like Ricky and I, whenever we hear a story like that about the paranormal, the first thing we always look for is maybe some other explanation.
Yeah.
Maybe one vague idea.
Lying.
Could be lying.
Chinese whisper.
As I think you pointed out, there are drugs. It's often,
Drugs.
an issue as well.
Madness.
Yeah.
Fear. Delusion. Sleep.
Yeah.
You know, there are so many things you go through.
I'm gonna go with the drugs.
Before your dead grandmother
Exactly.
pops into the equation.
I'm
for
gonna
me.
go with the acid.
Right, tell the other story that you totally believe this as a true story, don't you? The fella with the being killed.
Right, do you know how the other week we were talking about some fella who had his head cut off? And he said, when my head goes into the basket, I'm going to blink a lot, see how many times I can blink.
But if you remember, when Carl first told me that, it was, I think it was Simon or Nick that pointed out. He goes, no, that's not quite right, Carl. Carl told me it, that he had his head cut off, and when his head was in the basket, it looked up and said, count how many times I blinked.
Yeah,
But
sure.
he believed that as well.
Yeah,
so he was happy. He was happy with that.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
So yeah,
on.
a couple of weeks ago there was a guy, he had his head cut off, and before he had it off, he'd said, I'm going to blink to show that there's life after death,
And
he'd done
he
it.
did 32 blinks,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So you two were sort of pointing that down the other
Yeah,
week.
we were sceptical of that.
So I looked again
On the internet?
at some other website.
Yeah.
And there's a guy...
Sorry, it's the website, just to clarify, the website is the place where you bought that property on the moon, didn't you? Because it was a bargain.
Right. So this guy...
Been gazumped.
Look, we'll see who's been gazumped when this world ends. I've
Yeah.
got somewhere to go,
Yeah.
all right? And I know you'll be calling me up, saying, "Oh, can I come with you?"
Haven't you got, like,
'cause it
2
doesn't
square
exist, does it? No, I've got acres.
You're going to have
I've
to
got about-
stand deadly still on the moon in your 2 square foot.
I've got about
There's
20
no place
acres.
for Suzanne, it'll just
Yeah.
be you. 12 off, love.
It's all those people with big heads and web feet that've been buying it all these years.
Well, listen, right?
Go on.
Anyway,
Play a record, tell us the story after it. We've been chatting for far
Sorry,
too long
Carl.
here.
No, there's no
Play a
record.
tune, we'll come back with
What
this.
do you wanna
What's
play?
this, another ghost story?
Let's play one of my favourite songs of all time, because I'm going on holiday and getting into a lovely serene mood. Sorrento is probably from that. It's Neil Young, After the Gold Rush.
Beautiful. Still to come, that competition as well. Look forward to that. Carl's quiz.
Yeah. What an amazing track that
Beautiful
is.
tune, yeah.
Neil Young,
Dynamite.
After the Gold Rush. So go on, Carl. Sorry. Go on, Carl.
So let's take us back a few steps, Carl. What's the story?
right, so I did some research,
Right.
Let's just recap again. There was a guy you read about who had his head chopped off. He was guillotined.
Yeah.
He had said to the people around him,
Count
I am going
blinks.
to blink once I've had my head cut off to
So
show
the brain
that life,
can still...
or the brain
Yeah.
can continue to work after,
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
death. Okay, so yeah, we queried that.
So you weren't having any of it?
Well, no, possibly for a few seconds till the oxygen stops being fed to the cells because the blood has drained away. But, you know, nothing spectacular. So
Right,
go on.
well, along the similar sort of lines, right? This is quite a few years ago. This fella sort of upset the royal family doing something, right? So they said that this isn't good.
Wasn't Ben out under that Jubilee thing, was it?
I can't remember what it was, and they said, right,
That was terrible.
We're gonna cut your head off. You know, you gotta show people that you can't be doing what you've been doing.
What was this, the 1970s? What you said a couple of years ago, you mean maybe sort of...
Was it the olden days when the phones weren't very good?
Ages ago.
Yeah.
Ages ago, sure.
So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So
Very philosophical.
Yeah, imagine that when you was near
Cut your head off.
This was literally ages ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go
Simon
on.
Sharma's History of Britain.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
and even before that, which is yonks before, when it was all mental and different. Sorry, Carl, go on.
So he's having his head cut off, and he's resigned to it.
it's a day before. He's kind of got it into his head now that I'm not going to have my head much longer.
Sure.
So he said, let's make use of this.
Yeah.
He said, I wonder how long like the body can stay alive without my head on it, right? So they were like, I don't know. So
Hoover.
so
The jailers?
whoever he was asking.
These jailers with one eye.
Yeah.
Get out, pal.
So he said,
No, wait a minute, I've got an interesting scientific experiment, jailer. Well,
Yeah.
fair enough.
What is it?
So he said, what I want to do, right? He said, you know, surely it's my last right. You know, I'm gonna be dead tomorrow. Sure. So let's
He
do a
didn't
test.
draw it out this long, did he?
Yeah, he said, let's test this out. You know, he said, do us a favour. He said, you know, it's my last day. What I want you to do is, you're going to cut my head off. Let's put a white line on the floor
Right.
and see if, you know, because there's no point asking how far he can sort of walk without an head if there isn't a line, because you don't know what to count. Do you know what I mean? If he loses his head and he's running around all over the place, you can't really count
That's
that.
not impressive enough, yeah.
So they said, let's make a white line.
Sure.
Yeah. Who said
And-
this? He did or they did?
I think they started to join in with him and saying, well, let's make this a... you know.
You guess it. Go on.
So,
They got Norris McWhirter down. The Guinness people.
Oh. Yeah.
so they said, let's get this white line.
Yeah.
And
Dedication's all you need.
we'll do this tomorrow. And he said, all right, then, I'll see you in the morning. So we go-
I'll see you in the morning. Night, sleep tight. Bye.
I love the fact that Carl knows exactly what was said. That's beautiful.
Yeah, he doesn't know the story or what order it is in
Yeah,
or when
but
it
he
was.
knows exactly what
or
was
who
said.
said what, but he knows the intricacies. All right then, see you in the morning. Bye. Oh, kissy. Oh, I'm not like that. Oh, you joker.
Don't let the bed bugs fly.
Yeah. Anyway,
So he gets up.
do you want a paper tomorrow? No, I'm all right. Go on.
He gets up and they say, right, you know, today's the day and that. And he said, well, you know, I've got used to the idea. So here's a white line for you.
Got used to the idea.
Go on.
So they go, right, you ready then? And he said, I go on. And they cut his head off. And the body walked 32 steps without a head.
Wow.
32 steps.
Incredible.
And that's the lesson, really.
Did it get as far as it walked along the white line, did it?
Yeah, he stayed along the white line, did 32 steps, and then started to stumble a bit, and it just fell over.
yeah.
But, you know, it was a test that your body can still keep alive for a little bit
Yeah.
when you've lost your head.
Absolute twaddle. Absolute twaddle.
What do you reckon you can do then without an head? How many steps?
There'd be muscular spasm, right?
Yeah. It would twitch a bit.
It would, yeah. You could not distinctly take 32 steps. The body well, don't...
Yeah.
Is the doctor still on the line?
Yeah.
The fella that bought 6 parrots.
Yeah.
And, you know, you could have
Incredible.
got 32 steps.
Right, so you
A
don't
beheaded
believe
man
that.
doing a bit of line dancing.
Right, you don't believe that, but something that you do believe that a cockroach can live a week without an head.
It can. Slightly different kettle of fish there.
Why?
Wow, insect to human is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that
but
difference.
there's not that much difference in
Well, of
some
course there
insects. Do you know that a snake has a heart and lungs and kidneys and stuff?
Go on.
No, well, I'm just saying.
So?
You're making out as if like they're a totally different, like... being.
Species. I am making that up. I mean, call me old-fashioned.
Do you know what you're talking about, mate? I don't want you embarrassing yourself, Rick.
Yeah, I am suggesting they're totally different beings. Yeah, that is. Yeah. Now, Karl, the cockroach is a very different thing. The interesting there is that it lives without its head, because a lot of it's on. There's some of them are phototropic, chemotropic. Some of them just literally have irritation and muscle memory. I mean, they do have a central nervous system, but it's very different. So if you lose the head, it bypasses a lot of that anyway. All this is running around. The reason it dies is because it can't take on water. But it's very different to a man, right, having consciousness and then losing that, and the body's still going, no, I think I remember what I was going to do here.
Yeah, so
I'm going to carefully walk
line.
32 steps along this white line. Imagine you just looking down going, oh, missed a bit. Yeah. Maybe the head was in the corner going, left, 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 oh, he's now, ooh.
Well, let's just put it out. I mean, if anyone listening has maybe had a relative beheaded, maybe in a horrendous car accident, but they got up, maybe they went for a walk, they had a little chat before they passed on. Karl. Get in touch.
Karl, you are my favourite being. You are my favourite species.
Now, you, Karl, may not be particularly different genetically from a cockroach. You are,
why can cockroaches do that? Why whoever made them went...
Let's play a record.
Do you know what, when I told him this fact, I send him little facts on text messages just to inflame his, interest. I just sent him a cockroach can live 9 days without its head. He texted back, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What's the point of
They're
that?
not doing experiments, these cockroaches.
It's a boring last week to have.
And he went, and on top of all that, you're thirsty. So it's the worst week of your life, isn't it? That week without your head.
Play a record.
Karl.
Competition time next.
Oh. Look at his little face. Look at his little face.
You've not heard Karl's competition.
He could live with that an head. Strokes. Someday. I'm already annoyed. I've been here 3 minutes and I'm already annoyed.
Yeah. I'll bring back Claire, I'll tell you.
No, it's not his fault. It's the whole place. The library's shite. I tried to get... Oh, God. I had to go to Capital Library.
Chill.
Fancy that. I had to go to Capital Library to get a couple of records I wanted. Right? Place is falling apart. The email's not working. It's so shoddy. He's had 2 weeks off. On holiday. I mean, they might as well bulldoze this, honestly, because for all the,
It is ludicrous.
And we get paid peanuts.
You get paid, do you?
And it really annoys me to have to fight. Anyway,
just calm down.
104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Karl, you're back.
All right.
How was it?
What, the holiday?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't all fun, was it? Because my dad was in hospital.
Oh, but he wasn't
during the holiday.
Not during the holiday, though, was he? You came back from holiday and then found that out, didn't you?
Yeah, but it happened when I was on holiday.
Did you know that, though, when you're on holiday?
No, because I didn't take my phone with me.
Well,
the weird thing is, I got a feeling when I was sat there, because it normally happens.
It wasn't a nudie speech, was it?
When I first went away,
you saw that old fellow with his packet out.
When I went to Ibiza, right, I had a feeling, and I called home. My dad had punctured a lung.
When you say you had a feeling, what do you mean a feeling?
Just like, I should call home. There's something not right. But this time,
very specific feeling. How did that manifest itself? How did you get that? What kind of feeling? Is that tingling thing?
I'm getting a bit of a lung feeling.
Yeah.
A bit of a dad lung feeling.
That feels like a punctured lung.
Hold on.
Well, anyway.
But anyway, the holiday was good. We talked about it last week.
Well, let's probe Karl about his holiday, because that's the sort of thing that audiences will stay tuned for, Rick, I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, sure.
Find out about
you know more about this radio business than me. You hooked them already.
Indeed, yeah. Well, also I'm thinking we've got nothing.
Now.
We may as well save that.
No, I resent it. I used to put a lot of work in, but no, I think of the money, which is, for me, pretty shoddy.
Well,
you know what I mean? I don't usually get out of bed for
lot of cash.
Well, exactly, yeah. And, the whole thing is, the whole setup. It was raining today. I thought, I should have a cabin. And then the sun came out, so I walked in again. Dear.
How are you? So where did you go, Karl? What was the story?
It was my birthday, right? Went home after working with you a couple of Saturdays ago, right? Girlfriend was like, open your card, and I said, no, it's my birthday on Monday, I'll open it then.
You obey by the rules, don't you, on birthdays? Birthday rules.
Well, there's no point.
Well, exactly, chaos leads that way.
Yeah, right, so,
not an anarchist, never has been.
So anyway, she was kept going on, it was doing me head in, so I said, alright, I'll open it.
Yeah.
So I opened it, ticket fell out, surprise holiday to one of the Canary Islands. So...
And what was your reaction? I mean...
First one was, we haven't got enough money.
Right.
For this, but I didn't want to ruin it, so
no.
So I didn't go on about that, and I said, it'd be great. so I can't wait. So,
Did you say it in that tone of voice?
Well, it was good timing because I was tired and everything. And I'm not a big holiday fan, but the timing was right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the same as last night. I don't always like a curry, but last night...
You're in the mood.
You get that sort of, oh, yeah.
Curry, you had a feeling.
Yeah, you had a feeling.
You thought, and then lo and behold, like, you were eating the curry. It's weird, isn't it? Isn't it weird, the paranormal? Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird?
They work in mysterious ways, ghosts.
Yeah.
So anyway, right, and
I
the
think-
final one, alien gives man a beard.
Right.
Alien gives man a beard.
I am going to burst. Right, listen, Carl, you've got to tell me. Right, first, right, let's do it in reverse
No,
order.
we're not going to do it now anyway.
What do you mean? We've got to do it now. I mean, this is the first interesting thing you've said in an hour. Okay, the listeners have just been subjected to rubbish and mistakes and everything for the last 6 months. Please, we've got to do Alien Gives Man a Beard. What is that? Tell us that.
Right.
Sorry, this is just you telling me something, is it? This feature is you telling me something.
Well, teaching you something, educating Ricky. Huh?
So are we playing it now? We're already into this feature. Well into this feature, are we?
Yeah, I suppose we are, yeah.
Should there not be a jingle or something?
Yeah, can we have a
Well, there's
jingle?
no point, because look, I come up with ideas and you dismiss them straight away, so I'm not wasting my time making stuff.
Right.
If you don't like
well, okay, let's play Educating Ricky.
Right.
Brilliant. Go. Right.
So-
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Educating Ricky.
Right, what are we going for then? Hanging the bacon, airy Chinese kid, alien gives man a beard.
I think Alien gives man a beard.
I'd like
all
to
the
do
time,
that.
Right, there's this fellow, I think it happened in America, and he saw a bright light in the sky. And,
God, if you're bored.
and he stood there.
This is a true story, is it?
Yeah. He stood there,
Yes, of course it isn't, Steve.
and he saw this bright light, and it came closer and closer, and it was a UFO, right?
Yep.
And he looked at it, and it disappeared, right? And he gets back in his car,
He looks in the mirror.
and he looks in the mirror.
Yep.
He's only got a beard.
He has.
You sure it wasn't someone else who got in the car? And he was still standing out there?
Right?
What?
And it turned out,
Yeah.
he got home and said to his wife or his girlfriend, it's a bit weird. So I just got out of the car to look at a bright light, and I got back in the car and I grew a beard, and she said, never mind your beard, where have you been for 3 days? And what had happened is...
He passed out because he was pissed.
No. The UFO had taken him for 3 days.
Yeah.
But he'd only thought that he'd only looked at it and it went away.
Yeah.
But what had happened is he took him and he grew a beard because he hasn't had a shave.
Right, okay. I mean, was Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones anything to do with this at all? Did you see this on a video maybe and thought it was an educational film?
No, it's from a book that some kind person sent in to me. Here.
Can I just ask again, just again, I'm just throwing this right back at you. Do you think there's any other possible answer here? Right? A man is absent for 3 days from home.
He's
the
grown a
length
beard.
of time that it could take to grow a beard, lest we forget. What if he hadn't actually seen a bright light in the sky?
What if he was lying? What if he was lying?
He got knocked unconscious. He'd had a car crash.
Just
any
lying.
number of other
No,
things.
just lying.
Or he was just lying.
Yeah, he'd been on a bender, getting pissed for 3 days
and that
with
was
his
his
mates.
excuse to his wife.
And they went, Dennis, what are you going to tell your wife?
Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
You're not going to believe I was out with you, lads.
Just say you're only away for a minute. No, I wasn't away from it because of the beard. Oh yeah, look, it looks like you've been out for 3 days. Well, we have. That's
Exactly.
right. Okay, we've got to cover that then. Alien abduction.
Great one.
Okay, let's try that.
Do you see? That's a little scenario there that could have been played out.
So when you say educating Ricky, what have I learnt from this? Never listen to you again. That's all I've learnt so far. Never listen to you.
Yeah, we'll add a little bit more in here, right? To
Well,
spice this
no.
up.
What do you mean? Add a little bit more.
We'll add a bit more to this what I'm educating you about.
Go on.
Right? There's only a law in America that says if you touch a UFO, you're going to get done. Now, why would they make a rule? I don't know that. Do you know, like, all their rules have a code?
Carl, I genuinely do not know what you're talking about.
Right. Do you know, like, how here they might have...
Do you know
I
what?
have no idea.
Right.
Okay.
Do you know, like, over here?
I'm listening to Capital and these headlines. I got Foxy on from yesterday.
Right, let's bin that.
No way, it's great.
I want to hear about Airy Chinese Kid.
Let's play a tune. And
Okay,
then come
play a
back
tune,
with
come back with
Airy
Chinese Kid, definitely.
Some doors.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just thought I'd go back, take it back to the 60s. This is a tune that a friend of mine sent
If
me.
you touch UFO, you get done.
Soul Kitchen from the Doors.
Shambles today, this.
Right, okay, educating Ricky. What have we got? Hairy Chinese kid, go on.
Right, yeah. This is the... I didn't want to do this.
What do you didn't want to do it?
Well, I wanted to give you 3, and I gave you one. It was like the alien man gets a beard or whatever.
Yeah,
And
which was total rubbish, so this one should be better, maybe.
Hairy Chinese kid. Right, well, we've talked about hairy people in the past.
True enough.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, the little kids who grew up in woods and hung around with wolves and that.
Yeah, again, you're confusing it. Yeah, they're not, there were some people that were born very hirsute. They were not the people who were brought up with wolves.
Yeah.
You just put that together in your Homer Simpson type mind.
Right, well, this is like a sort of close to that sort of story.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, right, Chinese people aren't that hairy as a nation. No, seriously, that's a well-known fact. They don't have that much body hair and stuff.
Okay.
So this little kid who was born over there, he was like covered in stuff.
Was he?
And it was only his nose that wasn't hairy. The rest of his body was caked in hair, right? And his hair sort of
What
grew.
sort of hair was it? Was
Thick hair.
No, what I mean is, was it sort of like a pony's mane, so he just looked like an Ewok? You know what I mean? Just like hanging down sort of straight, dark hair.
In the picture, it looked like it grows from his eyebrow. It grows from his eyebrows quite thick, and then it just goes all the way over his
You don't
head.
think it was just really long eyebrows that he'd done a comb over?
No, it was all over his body. It had a picture of like his back and that.
Yeah.
And
Had he styled it? Had he styled it at all? Did he have it in a quiff or?
no, it was just
hanging everywhere.
all over him.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, this is a bit weird happening in China, where we're not normally that hairy.
That was the scientist speaking there.
And the local press and that were getting him down, calling him Monkey Boy and all this.
Oh,
And
thinking Chinese press.
but the doctor,
Yeah. Oh.
They're cruel, aren't they? It's like those game shows. That's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
and the doctor said,
I was Carl talking through all that time while we were just like talking to each other then. Because I turned round and I still saw he was talking. Go on.
So anyway, the local press came in to see the hairy boy, the monkey
yeah,
boy.
and they were like being tight, taking the mickey out of him. And the doctor said,
Throwing him nuts.
he's only hairy. Said he's a healthy young kid. The only faults he's got is he's got a little bit of eczema and a boil. And he said everybody should just treat him the same, and I think he grew up a healthy kid. Yeah, so that's the
That's
the end of the story.
That's not a story.
why.
But I've got nothing. I don't know what to say to that. So someone in China was born slightly hairier than the rest, and he was normal apart from eczema and a boil. That to me isn't a story. But if it is, I've got a million. I mean, it's sort of like bloke from Manchester went a bit bolder than the rest, got a job on radio. He was normal. I mean, that's not a story, is it? Do you know what I mean?
All right then.
You know, I won't be telling anyone the bloke got in the car and he had a full-face beard. Why has his car been towed away?
Because it was a quiet road.
Was it?
Wasn't in the way. So.
Are you filling in the blanks again? That wasn't in the book, was it, that you read? See, that's the thing. Sometimes I think you make up bits of the story as though they were fact. That doesn't seem right.
Well, that's all you can do, innit? So that's educating Ricky. Will we
Brilliant.
do that next week?
That is brilliant.
No, I think that
Carl.
was good. I did. I mean, I enjoyed that. I learned something from that.
I mean, I want to get. I mean, this is all from one book, is it?
Yeah.
That's an interesting book.
With the, I don't want to dwell on it, but with the hairy Chinese kid, what did they say about that? What was the, I mean, was it once there was born a kid who was slightly more hairy than everyone else? But yeah, it's all right. He only had a boil. Oh, how did they word it? How did this capture your imagination?
There was a picture.
It was a picture that grabbed me first of all.
Yeah. Sure.
And it was like, God, what's up with him? And that's when I read it.
Did you see the boil and the eczema or just the hair?
No, you see, because his face is like, just under his eyes is sort of nice and smooth, and his nose is sticking out, and that's not hairy. But the rest of him, it looked like he had the sort of a balaclava on or something. And then I read on, and it's like, this is a hairy kid in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, good. Anything else in there? Because, I mean, I like that.
No, we'll do more of that next week.
How is that alongside hanging bacon, alien abduction, a hairy Chinese kid, and a little interesting fact about the derivation of a phrase?
What do you mean?
He didn't understand a word of that. I knew the word derivation was going to cause problems. I thought derivation shouldn't have come out.
I wasn't disputing. He's all smug because he just had a phone call. That was Beck, lost cause. Go on, tell him why you're all smug.
Because Adrian just called up.
Yeah.
After hearing the story about the Chinese kid.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, that's true. He said that there was a TV programme on it.
Yeah.
He had a chromosome defect.
Yeah.
And it made him hairy. And his mum and dad used to have to shave him. That wasn't in the book. But thinking about it, that's not a good move anyway, is it? Because they say that for women, if you get a few hairs on your top lip, don't shave it because it'll grow back thicker and faster. So
they should just let him.
They should have just said, well, let's see how bad it gets. But if they went in there straight away if he came out as a baby and a little bit hairy, they should have left it maybe, for a little bit. But Adrian called up and said, yeah, he was hairy, he was all
but
right.
We weren't disputing there was a Chinese kid born slightly hairier than the rest.
We were disputing the fact that you didn't actually tell us a story. You just told us a
And what we are
selection of
disputing
facts.
is that man was abducted by aliens for 3 days and grew a beard.
Yeah.
That's definitely not true.
No.
We don't know about chewing the fat, but it sounds quite viable.
Yeah.
You see, the difference is between me and Steve and you is that what we believe isn't random. Do you know what I mean? It's not random. The things that
we don't believe stuff just because it's interesting.
it's not every other thing we believe and every other thing we don't.
Well, I think Carl believes stuff if it's interesting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
If he thinks, intriguing, fact.
I'll tell you something I do know.
Go on.
Right? But I can't really get a question out of it.
Go on, just tell us.
There's a shadow somewhere.
It's already good, isn't it?
I'm loving it already.
No, right. There's a shadow. I think it was in America.
Yeah.
And it's on a quiet road. I'm guessing somewhere like Boston. That's what I imagine.
Okay.
Right?
No.
Somewhere like Boston. And people at night used to see this shadow moving about. And they'd go, what's that? Right? And it got known, the little local town got known for this shadow, but it didn't cause any problems.
What are you talking about?
Just you lost me.
What are you talking about?
Do you know, like, some places get famous, like Scotland's got the Loch Ness Monster and that, but it doesn't cause any.
Yeah.
But it doesn't cause any problems.
It doesn't exist. Go on.
Right. So there's this shadow walking about on the road.
What do you mean? No, what's he again? Rubbish.
Right. So he's walking
Nonsense.
about.
Where did you read this? Where did you see
He's walking
this?
about. This was on the internet, and I'm sure.
Sorry, sorry.
Right.
I thought it was shite. I didn't know it was on the internet.
Right. So this shadow is moving about, and
Independently of an object.
yeah, and the local mayor and that is like, yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's not harming anyone.
The mayor involved.
Was he elected to that post?
Hey, mayor, we got a problem down here. Seems like a shadow. Well, it's not causing any. No, it was
It's
just
causing any problems.
Yeah, go on.
But that's the thing. It was left for years, and then it did start causing problems.
I see, that's it. If you leave these shadows to go unchecked, Rick, they go crazy.
Yeah.
You let them run amok in the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
You've got to stand
What
down
did it do?
on
What did it
roaming
do?
shadows.
What did the shadow do?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
It was what?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
Oh,
I'll find out more for that next week. Right, that'll tease
oh,
them.
you're a maniac.
We'll do more on that. We haven't had time for
Please
educating.
never have children.
Right, listen.
You are
Just
a
promise me
maniac.
now you'll never have kids.
We haven't got time.
Okay,
now
listen,
for-
alright, DJ Shadow, have we got time to give these tickets away?
Yeah, if they just call up, we'll...
No, I'll tell you what, I've got a question, right?
Go on.
Where does Carl think this may have taken place? If you've been listening to the show, where do you think this evil shadow has been running amok? Let us know. The number, Carl?
Good question.
08700 800 1234. So,
Excellent.
but that's it. We are actually out of time.
We are indeed.
now.
Have I got time for a song for the ladies?
It's a bit tight. I was
Why?
told to finish
It's
now.
5:02.
I know, but we've got to get finished early today. So
Why?
just because we have, and we're wasting more time talking about why we have to.
Oh, this is pathetic.
So they call up. Where did they see the ghost?
Yeah.
And you've got to pick the tickets up from reception. You can go tonight, see DJ Shadow. That's
Shoddy.
it.
This
Right?
is shoddy.
Right. See you then.
Oh, Foo Fighters and All My Life on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Stephen Merchant and Karl Pilkington. So, just before we do educating Ricky, this is where Karl thinks he can give me something of interest and teach me something to take away. Last week I found out that somewhere in a strange land, people thought tomatoes were poisonous because they ate them with lead. Things like that. What was the other one you told me?
What else was it last week? Bit of worms. Cut me off.
Yeah. Oh, I sent him a text message. I was on the train, a bit bored, and I read in, I think it was Metro, scientists have found out that worms get stressed, and they found out that the fat ones didn't live as long. And when they checked the thin ones that lived longer, they found out they had a gene for de-stressing them. Right? Carl, do you remember what you said?
No.
He went, well, that's stupid, isn't it? He said, did these other ones die of natural causes? I went, yeah. He went, all right. Because it could be that the fat ones couldn't get off the pavement quick enough and got squashed. So maybe the scientists go, yeah, we didn't. Yeah, they come to think of it, they were flat as well as fat.
I think the reason that the worms are getting stressed is because people like Carl are cutting them in half to try and make 2 snakes.
Yeah.
Two worms.
Well,
Yeah.
That's the concern.
He said they can't even commit suicide if they're stressed by cutting their throat. I also sent what I thought was quite interesting, that the scientists have found that the elephant hasn't got the best memory. The sea lion has, based on they've got a sea lion, and they got it back into the old laboratory 10 years after it taught it a simple trick, and it could still do the trick. What did you say to that, Carl?
I'd say they don't get up to much anyway, so if you do teach it something, it is going to remember it.
Sure.
Because it's got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And then it also, I mean, I like sea lions, they look nice and everything, but what do they do?
What was that? Sea lions?
Yeah, what are they here for? It's another jellyfish, as far as I'm concerned. It's like, it's there and people know about them, but what do they do?
Yeah. What do we do?
What do we do, Carl?
Well,
what do we do?
A cat, first, Steve said, is good for your heart. So
Why is it all geared to what's good for us?
Well. Anyway.
Educating Ricky.
Good, we've settled that then. Go on.
The titles that are meant to sort of pull you in.
Yeah.
We've got, what was it? Stocking, Aitken and Waterman.
Yeah.
You've got It's Not His Vault. And Get a Load with This.
Get a load of this. So, which pun do I pick first? I think I'll go for Get a Load of This.
Get a lobe of this.
Yeah, get a lobe of this, yeah.
Well, that's a story about a girl who, she was deaf, right, for 4 years. And, it happened quite a bit back this.
What year? Or was it,
I think it was
ages ago, was it?
About, quite a bit back. She was deaf for about 4 years, having an argument with her mum, it said, which I didn't quite understand, because I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
But she was having an argument, and a man pushed her against a wall, and she banged her head, and her hearing came back.
Okay.
Was she wearing a Walkman, and it fell out? And she'd realised,
There's no explanation.
There's no explanation? Well, why is that teaching me something then?
Right, so I knew you'd say this, right? So I thought, right, I'll stick something on it. Do you know that bees are deaf?
No, you can't just, no. If you ask someone something they don't know the answer to, they don't tell you something else. I'll tell you something else then. I can't answer that, I'll tell you something else. Imagine that, if you asked a teacher. Look, how do birds fly? Wow, if you're going to do that, tallest building is, I mean, what?
Well...
That was the equivalent, Carl, of running away when we asked you a question.
Yeah, the intellectual equivalent. Look over there, there's a monster.
Yeah.
Listen, what do you mean? What she... Okay, so...
So her
there's
hearing
no
came
explanation. There's no explanation. Or you don't know.
Well, there isn't one, is there, really? It's a bit
What,
weird.
did the doctors not look into it?
No, I think they just said, oh, that's good.
So again, I don't... Where did this information... Is that... If you read this on the net, is that all they put on the net?
There was once a deaf woman who hit her head and she
And her
could hear.
hearing came back.
It was bizarre things about being deaf.
Was there three,
Yeah.
was there
I've got that book, yeah, it's a good book, that.
Was there three more pages you just couldn't be bothered to read on?
Yeah.
No, it was just a little bit. And it
Was there a little picture, a cartoon picture?
No pictures, I just
And we
read
go,
it.
ow.
Look,
Ow,
if you
I
don't
can
want to
hear.
know, if you don't want to learn, you know.
Yeah. Okay, It's Not His Vault. Let me have It's Not His Vault. You got to save this. This has got to teach me something. It'll be an interesting story.
Right, It's Not His Vault. This fella.
Yeah. What year? Ages ago?
Olden times?
I'd say in the 70s.
Okay.
Would you? Any evidence for that?
And,
Does he wear flares in the story?
Right.
Is that your reason?
no, it's a bit like Yuri Geller, this fella, right? Where he's electric.
He's electric.
And, if he walks past the telly would fizz.
Uh-huh.
If he walked past the radio, it all goes like that.
Ooh.
His hair stuck up all the time. And he'd be having a bath and everything would be all right, and then the power would sort of switch on in his body, and the electric in his body made him jump out of the bath. So...
What do you mean so? What is that so? What does that so mean? You've given us nothing. You've given us nothing.
You'd have to at least give us the scientific explanation.
Yeah.
Electric eels have 400 volts in them.
Oh, is this the running away again?
What was that one called?
Yeah, but
It's not his vault.
But there's a reason not his fault. It's not his fault. I thought it was going to be something about keeping it safe.
I think we should do these the other way round. I
It's
think you
not
should
his
tell us
fault.
the story and then we'll hear the pun.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Right, let's leave it.
Play a tune.
Forget it.
Educating Ricky.
Doing it. We're not doing it.
No, we are. A text message today from Ross Noble. You know Ross Noble, the comedian. Who's on. Have I got news for you?
Right.
He says, ask Carl if he woke up with ladies' boobs, would he just put a dress on and live as a lady, or would he just be a man but with these boobs?
Carl, it's a good question. I know that happened to Ross, so he's throwing that one out at you.
It did in a way, because he ate pizzas for a year,
Yes,
didn't he?
he did, yeah.
And he got a lovely pair of breasts.
Yeah.
Go on.
Probably
The main boobs.
just find a loose-fitting jumper, go to the doctor's.
What would you say to the doctor? How would you explain this phenomenon to the doctor? So you'd be happy with this because you believe in shite, like
No.
happening. Go on.
But
What?
it can happen, because I told you a couple of weeks ago how
What?
that can happen.
What
How you can wake up with breasts if you're a fella. I told you.
Go on.
Haven't you remembered?
No, funny that, isn't it? Go on.
Have you, Steve?
No, I don't remember this. Did you tell us on air?
Yeah. It can happen if you go to Argentina and have a steak. You can wake up with breasts. Because
I'm
they-
sure I'd have remembered
Carl,
that.
pull the other one. Look, he likes that. He likes that.
Is that what you've come up with, Ben, this week? That joke?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Play a record. It's going to be a dynamite show.
songs you want to be on.
Listen, look, I'm going to play some classic tunes today. I'm going to educate the youngsters, Steve. Right, now, you've all heard of Lou Reed, you've all heard of Velvet Underground, but, have you heard of Venus in Furs, Carl?
Shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather.
Do you know, like, I've talked about ghosts, and we had that good discussion the other week walking to Piccadilly Circus Station, and I was telling you about ghosts, and you were saying, Carl, don't be an idiot, and all that. Spoke to a woman in the week, done a little interview with
You've
her.
done a little interview.
Done
Brilliant.
a little interview, 2 minutes or so, with a woman who's got ghosts in her house. So,
I look forward to hearing that later. That sounds
got that
brilliant.
coming up later.
Well, I'm going to play a classic tune now. I've just gone straight for it. I've gone for the jugular. This is Ziggy Stardust by David Bowie.
Well, I teased you with it before.
You going to get it out again?
I'm always like trying to get you, thinking, opening your mind up a bit to ghosts and stuff.
Yes.
So, this woman who I know, she said she'd come in and I could interview her to try and sort of, get the belief out there.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
because
thought
there's not enough belief in the occult and rubbish out there.
So does she think she has a ghost?
she has, yeah, she's had a few.
She has, no, it's fact.
Yeah, no, it's
So,
true.
yeah, she has.
So I thought maybe it's a new feature we could try for a couple of weeks, see how it goes down. You know Parkinson. What about Pilkington? Welcome to Pilkington.
Thank you.
My guest today is Taryn. She's a plugger. You're still a plugger, aren't you?
No, do co-management.
Right,
now.
she does co-management, but she was a plugger. She looked after Therapy, Raging Speedhorn, Slash, all the big names, yeah? But we're not here to talk about music today. We do a lot of that on XFM. Today we're talking ghosts. Now, Ricky and Steve, who I do the show with, they're not having any of it. So I said, well, I know someone who, gets on with ghosts. There's a lot of them. So I thought I'd get you in today, have a little chat for a couple of minutes, just to sum up the story so they get an idea of what happened. You had a horse, yeah? You had it in some stables.
Yeah.
He hasn't let her speak yet.
You went to, look after it and that, play around with it, take it for a ride
Went
and
out
that.
riding.
Yeah. 2 of your mates were in the stable where your horse is.
Not my stable, in the opposite stable.
In the opposite stable.
And I heard them giggling and
They're
getting
messing
up to
about and
something.
that, yeah. You heard them having a laugh. So you thought, right, what are they up to? So you go in and they're messing about with a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Right. So this is where you come in. Did you get involved with the Ouija board?
Unfortunately, I did.
Right. And what happened then?
I was like, oh, you don't believe in this. Oh, let me have a go.
Right.
And ask a few questions, put our hands on, and it actually started moving.
So a lot of the stuff you asked it, did the things happen that you asked?
Yes, they did.
Right? So that's scary for a start, right? We haven't even got to the ghost bit yet. So you mess about
Trap
with that.
soul,
Yeah.
I like to call
All right,
it.
trap soul. So you're messing about on the Ouija board. You say, right, I've had enough of this now.
Yeah.
I've got all the answers I need.
Yeah.
You go home.
I didn't like them.
You go in the house, and it's a bit nippy.
The flat is absolutely fine. It's when I went into the bedroom. You've got to remember, it's a very, very warm, hot evening.
Right.
And walk into the bedroom and note it is cold, colder than usual. But I'm actually quite glad because it's so hot.
Right, okay.
Completely ignored the fact that the windows were all shut, but the curtains were blowing. Didn't sleep well at all.
Right.
Next evening, same again.
Freezing.
Yeah, very, very noticeably cold.
Curtains blowing.
Yeah, I'm fast asleep, get woken up, the wardrobe's opening.
So at this point, this is where we clear up. You're not on crack. You're not.
Oh, never touched drugs in my entire life.
You're not a drinker.
No. I would have the odd glass of red wine.
Yeah, right. That's all right. They recommend that anyway. You say it's good for your heart.
What started happening was, as the week progressed, I also felt the bed covers at one point at night fold over, double bed, the bed covers fold over, and it was like someone was getting in the bed next to me. But you've got to remember, when you're in a deep sleep,
Yeah.
you're not quite thinking, and you're thinking, I'm losing it. I was getting more and more tired, more and more a little stressed. I'm really thinking I was having a breakdown. The final straw was when the clothes on the end of my bed that I just throw hit me.
How come you were going back home at night?
Because I was sceptical. In fact, 6 months ago, I just said, I don't want to go there. People will think I'm mad. But you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I know there's more out there.
Well, brilliant. Well, cheers for that, and thanks for being a guest on Pilkington.
Incisive investigative journalism there.
I like the fact that you've learned a lot from Parkinson, even stealing some of his questions, like, are you on crack? Which I know he always asks his guests.
Yeah. I like the fact that when she went, I don't know, I have the occasional red wave, well, that's all right for you. Good for your heart. That was great.
It was brilliant.
That is the best interview technique I've ever heard anywhere.
I feel like there's still some questions unanswered.
Yeah, it hasn't proved it to me, I'll be honest,
No,
Carl. It
it's
hasn't proved me the existence of ghosts.
I have to
and
say, Rick, that
poltergeists.
I was worried as soon as she got involved with the Ouija board. I was thinking, please do not get involved with that Ouija board.
Yeah. I was worried when I heard some giggling coming from the other stable.
Yeah.
Don't go over there. Don't go over there.
It's, what questions did she ask the Ouija board? You didn't ask her that, I noticed.
She didn't want to.
She didn't want to say.
No.
Okay.
Do you think it was something like why that you did to try and confuse the computer, and the spirit world got really annoyed, and they got confused, and they came back and started messing up her clothes?
But what do you think then?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I think?
What do you think? Do you know what I mean?
What about what? What? There's nothing I can answer there. There's nothing I can answer.
All right. She said.
Well, I'll just keep saying I don't believe in the existence of ghosts because of the impossibility.
Right. Now, when she said, I mean, the interview I did for 50 minutes.
You did for how long?
50 minutes.
50?
But I
50
thought,
minutes?
yeah, we might use that at Christmas or something, right? But the thing is...
Well, that's
right,
the best you got out of 50 minutes. They're the highlights.
No, I'll be honest.
MTV are not going to call again.
I'll tell you what, right? It did get a bit dark, and I didn't want that
Don't want
sort
to
of
spook
stuff
people
going
out
out.
Saturday
Right?
afternoon, yeah.
But I can understand the heating thing. I said, well, you know, in the full interview, I was saying, you know, that could be anything, couldn't it? Heating broke or something. Now, she said what else was she talking about?
Someone got into the bed next to her.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of said, well, you know, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And she couldn't explain it herself, but
Sure,
I said,
sure.
but it did wake you up. Maybe you're a little bit sort of, still.
Although the
tired.
only explanation I can think of, if she didn't actually see anyone, is it was a ghost.
Yeah, well, that
She's
was
probably got a ghost
But
getting in
what
bed. Go
about
on.
cupboards opening and shutting?
See, again, the only explanation for that is a ghost.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't think of anything else.
Play a record. It's got to be a
Yeah,
ghost.
it is ghost. I think you've proven it to us.
Yeah, a spirit.
Street spirit?
Yeah.
Nice. What else?
Hey. Street Spirit. Radiohead. So, turns out ghosts do exist after all, Steve.
A woman what Carl knows proved it.
I've got egg on my face.
Yeah.
On XFM.
Instantly, Rick, I should just encourage you and everyone else listening.
I really have got egg on my face, is that what you're going to say? Yeah, I've just been eating an omelette.
James Randi, a hero of yours and a hero of mine.
Yeah.
He's on TV this week on Horizon. I think it's maybe Thursday. Check press for details. Trying to expose the nonsense that is homeopathy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So, look forward to that.
Do you know what that is, Carl?
Oh, go on.
They've got a theory that if you say you got something an essential oil or something in a solution, 1 in 10 solution, and it does something to you, actually does something to you, they've got this thing where they dilute it to there's nothing in it, but because they're using the same water, and the water still has the same effect. It's sort of like a placebo that works. That's the sort of theory of it.
What time's that on?
I checked the papers, but I think it's sort of 9 o'clock Thursday, something like that. It'll be interesting though, Carl. It will be interesting, mate. Trust me.
And a boxer that is in peak, with that, basically, you've seen the ones, they just look, like Bruce Lee. Yeah. They're 8%.
8%
fat. So,
is that good for you?
Well, I don't think it's that bad for you. I mean, you need a bit of fat.
Bruce Lee supposedly, there's so many rumours, I'm sure you're fascinated by them, Carl, conspiracy theories surrounding Bruce Lee's death. Yeah. One of which is that his body was at the peak of physical perfection. He had an aspirin because of a headache, and it reacted with his, because just the impurities in the aspirin killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's sort of like quite interesting and a bit weird.
Yeah. Yes, that's fact.
He'll have
Well, are you aware of the fact that supposedly he actually cheated death? He actually faked his own death so he could work undercover for the Hong Kong police? Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Do you believe that as well? Not so convinced.
I don't know.
Do you believe he could kill a man by putting all his energy into a trembling hand and touching him and every blood vessel burst?
Well, it's just another form of trickery, isn't it? I mean, you met up with Darren, didn't you?
Met up with Darren Brown, yeah.
Darren Brown.
Yeah, he's incredible. Yeah, he's probably the Britain's best illusionist, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah.
You can put that on a poster if you want.
Tell you what, though, right? Changing the subject a bit. We were talking about a fly getting in that pod.
Yeah.
Read in the week when I was searching for stuff to educate, the Educate Ricky section, which we will be.
Do you want to answer that phone because it's annoying me? Who's phoning?
I don't know. It's obviously someone who doesn't know that you're talking at the moment. So leave it.
Let him finish your point.
It could be.
Leave it.
It could be the head of.
Leave it.
Yeah, go on.
Could be the head of XFM.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so scared.
No.
We must
I won't be embarrassing him. I going. Don't call me when I'm working.
Nice. We're up. Fighting against the machine. High five. Yeah. Raging against the machine.
So anyway, right. We were talking about flies getting in a pod, and do you know like how a Barbie doll, if it was real, it wouldn't be able to work. Do you know what I mean? A Barbie doll, if a woman had the
proportions,
she wouldn't be able to tie her shoelaces up and stuff because her legs are too long for her back and all that. Flies, scientists can't work out how they fly.
It's a bee.
It's a bee, not a fly.
No, a fly as well.
No.
A fly is, apparently its body is like too big for its wings, and they still can't work it out.
Yeah.
How it flies.
Which in your mind says what? Something spooky going on there?
They have worked it out. It's the fact that what they do, the wing actually beats a ridiculous about 150 times a second, so it displaces air.
Yeah.
So they have.
I know what you mean. It's incredible that it can fly because it's got such small wings.
Yeah. All right.
And it's a bee, not a fly.
So, yeah, but other than that, good point.
Bowie.
Another classic. Be My Wife off the Low album, David Bowie.
Carl, you don't feel depressed, mate. Don't feel low. You can't be right about everything.
So, 3 stories. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. Enough is anus. And we'll have
that one then.
That one?
Yeah.
Right, well, do you believe in palm reading and stuff?
No. Yes. Sorry, yes. Yeah, of course. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, of course we do.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, there's a fella who, he used to do palm reading.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people, he found that when he went up to him in the street and said, do you want your palm reading? He was like, a lot of them were like, I'm a bit ashamed of my nails and stuff because they're a labourer or they're a cleaner or something like that.
I know a lot of labourers are slightly embarrassed by their nails.
Yeah.
No, but...
Yeah.
So if
look at my bloody hands, Reg.
Well...
That's that hod carrying.
Did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you that I got picked at school to make tea and serve biscuits to old people because I've got good nails?
No, go on. Is there any more to the story?
Well, that's about it. I mean, we used to do, like, I think the head teacher must have been getting something, maybe getting his mum in there for free or something in this old people's home. So he offered the kids at the school, he said, right, all sit at your desk and put your hands on the table. And everyone did. And he walked past mine and he said, not bad. And he said, you've got the afternoon off. You can go and serve biscuits and tea to the old people.
What did you say?
I said, all right then.
Was that? Yeah.
Good afternoon. But anyway, so these...
what did he do?
He just sort of walked around and went, you all right? Do you want bourbons or digest?
I bet you get on with old people, wouldn't you? I'd love to see... Maybe
especially the senile ones.
Yeah, no, but I'd love to see you on VH1, just in a link. They just go, you know, they've just played Robert Palmer, right? And it comes to you in a little park, and you just sit next to an old lady and go, alright? And you go, yeah, not too bad. You go, what do you think of London? Crap, innit? And she goes, yeah, it's awful, innit? And you just have a talk, and you go, right, well, she doesn't like it. In excess. Yeah. That's what I'd like to see.
I still think my idea is better, but... So what are you going for then? Oh, you've picked one, haven't you? Yeah, so this fella...
So there's palmists going around the streets...
Yeah, he's going round... and
randomly trying to give palm readings.
They're losing money, hand over fist.
Yeah.
Right? So, they said, what he's done, he's reading people's, bottoms now.
Sorry, whoa. You just, I didn't quite follow that. He was a palm reader, that wasn't making money, so now he's going up to people in the street and saying, can I see your arse?
Basically, yeah.
So from being a palmist to an arsonist?
Well, they just, that's what he does. He said these same sort of lines and that you get on your hand, you get them on your bottom, and he can read them.
Right.
Yeah, he's not a pervert or anything, or making up as he goes along.
No, that's it. That was that.
So, sorry, if a man came up to you in the street and said, can I have a look at your arse?
Can I read your arse?
You'd drop your trousers, would you?
No. If he went up to him and he said, oh, I'd rather you didn't, because I'm a labourer. I've got bad fingernails.
No, that's why I've seen... That's what a lot of labourers, they're showing their cleavage, you think, but actually they're having their arse read.
Absolutely.
That's that's what it is.
And then, right...
So is that the end of the story?
Yeah. But then because...
That's it. Educating Ricky is there's a bloke who reads arses.
No, but
you're a mentalist.
But
what are you talking about?
So, tell you things that make you wonder. You saw Darren Brown. What did he do?
He's extraordinary.
Yeah, I told him, but I said...
you should peep... A lot of people don't realise who Darren Brown is, and he's, I think, the best illusionist in the country.
We went to Jonathan Ross's house for his birthday.
I didn't.
No, me and Jane, and we went there, right, and there was lots of people there. And Darren Brown was there. Jonathan got Darren Brown tricks, and it was incredible. He did all these tricks, right? I mean, incredible. It was just amazing. And he did one with a bloke who was there, a friend of Jonathan's, I think his name was Ray, and... he got him to give the pack. He said, count the cards. And he counted out 52 cards. Yeah? He went, think of any card in that pack. He didn't touch it yet. He's counted 52. They were in his hand. He said, think of any card. He said, what was it? He said, 3 of spades or something. He went, find it in the pack. Couldn't find it. He said, count the cards. There was 51. Right, and he couldn't find the card, and he had no idea. And we forgot about it. He went, oh, it's gone wrong, and he forgot about it. And he kept, he was going, I wonder where that card is, and he kept looking at it, like, I found out that about a week ago, Ray went into hospital with appendicitis. Yeah? And the surgeon was really so there was something crumpled up. There was a thing. And it was a card. It was the card that was in his thing causing appendicitis. And when he came out of surgery, there was a card from Darren Brown saying, was that your card?
That's amazing, don't you think? I mean, that's like incredible.
Thing and then a crab went, I know what it is. It's a 5 of spades. It's another wind-up. Yeah, well, see, I'm not going to believe anything anymore.
But that's
so if I ever...
You've learned a lesson!
Yeah, but say if all this goes wrong now, right? Cry Wolf and all that.
Yeah.
Imagine I get dropped by MTV.
You haven't been asked yet.
Yeah, well, whatever. Right, they shot on firemen because they're always going on strike. I answer the phone, it's you saying my house is on fire.
I don't know what you're talking about now, pal. I don't know what he's talking about.
I think somewhere along the line there, Carl has been recruited by the fire brigade.
Did you leave that bit out in the story? Start again.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I just wound you up about crabs, babies pushing their way out of vaginas, and Darren Brown causing the... Right, yeah.
Little,